Hey, something's not on. Let me hit my glass back.
My kids don't believe it. I said, nuh-uh.
Oh, it's the volume. Hang on. All right. Hey, welcome to the Bob and Tam Show today. We got our big meet and greet
Going on?
We actually got more people than we've had in a long time at a meet and greet. Way! Look at that. So here we are. And so we got it all set up here.
I got honey on my hands.
Honey.
Sweet potatoes with honey. Give my
There we
beer.
Beer. Somebody's drinking a
We're
brewski.
at Twin Peaks, so they got the cold
You gotta look at
beer.
this camera.
Oh, why not that one?
Because this is the one that's got a better microphone.
Oh. So anyway, I
We got a
got
bunch
me
of people on already.
one beer. There we go.
Hang on,
You're
let
on
me
that
close this out. There you go. Let's see what we got. The Ray's Motor Light, #1. He got to be #1 on the show.
I'm
Turn
looking
this
at that
around a little
one.
bit. There we go. Yeah, you're looking at the camera here. You're looking at
I'm-
this one for
There's
comments.
two. It's like I'm very confused. I gotta look at this one to hit him.
Oh, you put on standby.
Richard,
was
where
on.
you at? I thought you would come by. On standby, Bob and Tam. Can't wait. I
Wait,
thought you might come up.
Sorry. Rescue. Kick them out there. They'll get rid of them.
Stephen's here. Russell says, I don't know. I am so confused. Sorry to miss you guys leaving in the morning. Cheers. Oh, Russell, if you can, come up here to Twin Peaks. We'll
Yep.
be up here till probably 9 o'clock. So if you're not too far away and done packing up, come up here.
Yep.
Facebook user.
Just gonna look at that and see, can everybody hear us well? Hopefully it won't get too loud. And Ralph's on. We got Roadkill Ron's on. She's looking at the Facebook user. Happy Mother's Day to everybody. We got some mothers here today.
Happy Mother's Day.
D-Rodder's on. So we're over here at Twin Peaks. Great, exciting place. We got a big group coming up here now. They're going to be adding a table to us. So we've got 1, 2,
Karen's on.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. We got about 12 guys and girls here tonight. So we got a pretty good turnout so far. And we didn't know what to
Slim
expect.
Jim's on. I see Slim Jim. And there's Jerry. Jerry's on too.
There's Slim Jims.
He says, sounds great.
All right. We appreciate that.
And Jerry says, evening, Bob and Tam. How's Jill, Jerry? And how are you feeling?
And yep, the scenery's good. We'll have, they don't have too many girls working tonight. We're going to have to find out what's going on. And we got a great little
Alexis.
waitress that we've got here. And I got to get my cold beer for tonight too. And because the beer is 29 degrees here.
Very good.
We'll probably
Whatever
do,
camera I'm
if
looking at.
you're not here yet in Myrtle Beach, coming in this weekend, we'll probably do another one here. Maybe I don't know. Maybe Saturday afternoon before the concerts and all that started. Maybe Friday. I don't know. You guys would have to let us know if you're going to be coming in. We might do another one here.
In the 90s.
We had a little rain today. You know, it doesn't last. The rain probably didn't rain 30 to 45 minutes today. A little cloudy this afternoon. I mean, we had great weather this morning. This is almost like Florida weather, but it is hot. It's very humid. The temperature was saying it was only going to be in the high 70s, and it was 86 degrees. So it was pretty warm.
Dan the man says hi to Bob and Tam and that Fatine Nation. All right, thanks, Dan.
And a lot of stuff's going on. So this morning we got a video that won't come out till tomorrow, though. We did Twin Peaks. Yep, you can do that. And so Stephen's going to come around here and say hi to everybody.
So this is Stephen that we always say from Myrtle Beach. He's the one that made us that sign and the alligator lamp and everything. This is Stephen.
Welcome to Myrtle Beach. Finally made it. God and Tam. Bob and Tam. Second glass of wine. God bless.
And so, yeah, great time. It's not too crowded yet. I think it's really down, and it could be because of Mother's Day. A lot of people may not have came out for Mother's Day.
I looked last year, and Mother's Day was the 8th, and the rally didn't start till the 13th. So Mother's Day wasn't involved last year, because that's what I kept saying. I said, I think Mother's Day must have been the second weekend, but it wasn't. It was before the rally even started. So I think that's what happened. Hey, Phil, how you doing? There's Jill. Jill's doing good. All right. Good to hear from you, Jill. Oh, I see. I'm looking over there and clicking here. Tony's on. Thanks for the Mother's Day thing. I saw that this morning, Tony. George is on. There's George. Richard says, hello, Stephen. Sorry I couldn't make it up. That's okay. You probably didn't have a babysitter for Stella. Tony says, Happy Mother's Day. Thank you, Tony. And Aaron says, when is it over? Next Sunday.
A week from today.
Right.
That's the final day. Everything really doesn't start till tomorrow. So what ends up happening is half of it is open now. So we have a place that's called Barefoot Landing, which is where All About Customs is at, and a lot of the bigger trucks are all up there. They've been open since Friday. So they've been having a pretty good day. Actually, they've said, even though it's been kind of quiet, they've been doing, all of the business up there have said they've been doing pretty well. They're not overly impressed, but not complaining. So then the other places, also the Beaver Bar, they were allowed to be open on Friday, their vendors. Now, everything else like Speeds. Now, Amsel Adam, he got to open. If you're one of his subscribers, he got to open on Friday. But everything else from there on up, from the church on up, cannot open up. So, like Speeds, they haven't even set their tent up. They'll be setting it up tonight. The dealership has nothing on it. They weren't even allowing the trucks to pull into the night. If you're a Rick Rack fan, they just pulled in tonight. They're not even down on the property yet. So they won't let them come down. I think really they can't really supposed to set up till midnight. But they usually they've been in earlier, but this year it looks like a go. If you watched the video the other day, there was nobody on that lot. And then, so starting tomorrow, everything will be officially open. Suck Bang Blow, 160 Biker Chip, she got to be open because she was inside the building. When you're inside the building, you're running on the owner's permit for the bar. So same thing where we were over at Spokes and Bones. If you watched that video yesterday, those vendors got to be open too because they're inside, but their outside stuff cannot open. This is just a screwed up rally the way it works. I think it's the stupidest thing that 2 counties in 3 cities make all these stupid rules up that they can't open up and they don't.
Well, it's funny because I think if you're in the city limits of Myrtle Beach, that's why the dealership, they can't set nothing up until midnight tonight because it has to be Monday. Can't. So then some of the other parts in Horry County have tents up, but they can't open and sell things until Monday. And then, like you said, in Georgetown County, and then I don't know why Barefoot Landing gets to open. I don't
It's
know.
a different county.
No, it's not. It's Horry County also.
Well, maybe it's because of the city.
Yeah,
city
North
probably has
Myrtle
different.
Beach.
Yeah.
Maybe. I don't know. It's just messed up.
Because the North Myrtle Harley dealers, where all the bikes are at, and their tents up.
Because her name is Leslie Beaver.
Yep.
That's really her name.
And we do know a little bit more about that. We misspoke on some of the information about her going out of business.
Hey, Rick. Thank you.
But definitely the store in Sturgis will be here last year, but the other 2 will continue to be the Beaver Bar. Her daughter's going to run the one here in Myrtle, and they got somebody that's going to be managing the other one. She's just stepping back, but they'll still be called the Beaver Bar, and she's still going to be behind the scenes running them.
Right.
So
she's just done her fill, and she's kind of turning over the reins. She'll still be a part of it. She just won't be visible during the rallies and stuff. Bob looks very sleepy or ill this morning at that breakfast. It went well. Neither one of us slept very well last night. I don't know what the problem was. Maybe a few of these and we'll sleep good tonight.
Go to the truck.
Yeah. Did you see Creeper's hot dog? Yes, we did. We got him a little bit on
today, but it won't be till tomorrow's video.
Yeah.
Because today's live. I don't have to do no editing today.
Karen said she was here in 2012. She loves SBB.
And which it is. That's probably the wildest bar that's here is SB&B. Beaver Bar is pretty fun too. They have some events going on, but they don't have as big of bands. Jackal's playing Saturday at 7. They just had last night. They had Jasmine Kane played at the bar inside. Oh, you think you're a little too close?
Well, no, I went and set I don't have a place to put my drink.
Well, you can push this one back.
That's what I asked.
You don't push nothing
Well,
off.
I didn't want to unplug anything either.
So you guys want to ask questions? You're more than happy to. We can talk and do all this.
So they all go in another room?
Yeah, they would move the table, I guess.
Okay. All right, that's fine.
I don't think there's electric plugins there. What did you get? That looks like a rum runner.
I think she asked for a tequila sunrise or something.
Okay.
Oh, Sex on the Beach. That's what she asked
That's what
for.
it looks like.
That's what I heard her say.
Hidden drinks.
Yeah.
And that's what this place is known for.
Yeah.
Good drinks. Twin Peaks is a lot of fun. This one we love more than anything else because the management here just loves us.
Yeah, they do.
And we don't get that a lot of
Kentucky
times. when we go
Headhunters are
places.
there. And Kid Rock has been here in Myrtle Beach.
Has Kid Rock played at Myrtle Beach?
Karen
Now,
said
these
that
guys
Kid-
here are saying no.
Well, she said she
Now
was here in
there's
2012.
Cowboy plays.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, the naked
The
cowboy.
naked cowboy. He didn't come back. He hasn't been back. The one from New York. He didn't come back last year. Hey, we met him. He's a nice guy. And he wrote us a song.
He had a barbecue sandwich and I had a chicken sandwich. It had cilantro on it. I don't like cilantro. Didn't say anywhere on there. It was called a chicken club mash. We're supposed to have mashed avocados
one
on
of the
it,
girl
and,
cops, the one that
but it
started
had
and
funky lettuce,
because they were
and
trying
I think it
to
had
say
cilantro in it, or the avocado mash had cilantro in it. I don't know which.
You want to give him a
So
tip?
it was. I had to pick all the lettuce
He
stuff
does
off.
not bake for money.
Not a big cilantro person. I don't like the way it tastes.
tastes.
So that anyway, that's what we had. And I had sweet potato fries, and I was dipping it in honey. That's why I was licking the honey off my hand. I must have touched
So it
something
ended
with
up being
honey.
that Total Entertainment music store down there. Ended up
the
buying this
look-alike.
really fancy
Oh,
guitar.
okay. So it was probably the cowboy.
And I don't know if I want to bring out and go out and play it or not.
You guys ever take an early morning walk and watch the sunrise with a cup of hot coffee or cold on a cold morning?
And
I used to watch the sunrise come up when I worked because I had to be at work at
I don't know, like 10 years
dark o'clock.
And
So a lot of times that was my mom's favorite time of the year, or the favorite time of day was to watch the sunrise. So I usually get the sunsets, but now that we're retired, don't get a sunrise very often. Not last year, the year
he came down
before.
the next day. He was there.
We took a ride. I wanted to see the sunrise on the Atlantic, so we took in Daytona Beach. We rode up to St. Augustine, and we must have left around 5:30. But it was kind of overcast. It was still really pretty, but it wasn't like a really big, massive sunrise. But it was nice. We don't drink coffee, but I do like fall mornings. I like it when it's real brisk. You can see your breath. That's my favorite time of year is fall. So yeah. So that's an answer to all that there, Ralph. How about that?
They slide it in there for the only 2 people sit here or 4 people. That would be my thought. I mean, I don't know. That's a cutout in this.
You're on something, buddy.
Slide, go the other way. Then. Well, you can hook it on that side.
They're trying to figure out what this
Stick is. It's a stick in the mud.
better than sticking your eye.
What's going on?
So they were asking, what is the coldest temperature you've ever ridden it?
Around 30?
I was gonna
Well,
say,
when I was a kid, I rode in some 20-degree weather with my dirt bike. But riding motorcycle wise, probably 29, 30 degrees is probably about the coldest I've been in that I know of. We've ridden times and it's gotten really, really cold. The hottest is 127 degrees through Death Valley. That I know because the bike said 127.
well, we left one morning. We were going on a ride and we lived out in California. And it was so cold. I had a face mask on, but the cold air coming in, you know how you get a brain freeze when you eat something? I was getting a brain freeze from the air going through my nose. It was cold.
I've
But
rode
I
in
don't
snow.
know. I don't know
When
what
I was a kid, I used to ride in
temperature
snow a lot. But me and Art, when we come back from Sturgis one year, went through Yellowstone and we got through snow. We were going to stop and take pictures of our bikes. We were afraid when we got off the side of the road, we wouldn't be able to get back on them. Get back on the road. So
I get stuck in the snow and a motorcycle. You don't want to do that.
So when people say, "Oh, you only trailer your bike," I always say, "This is the thing. If you're a motorcycle person and you've done a lot of biking, you rode 50, 100,000 miles on your bike, maybe even more. The first time you put your bike in a trailer and haul it someplace on a long distance, you will do that from then on out because you won't realize how when you get there, you got so much energy.
Yes.
And
you're
so
not wore
people say,
out
well,
when you ride the
it's
bike.
the experience. No, there is no experience. If you're riding your bike, let's say you're going to ride your bike here. Let's say you're coming from Jacksonville, Florida, and you're coming up to Myrtle Beach. How many stops are you making on this luxury ride you're doing? Gas station, place to eat. That's it. You're not going to stop and look at scenic sights. You're not going to do this or that because you want to get here. Okay. Now, when we go home, what do you want to do? You want to get your ass back home. So you're stopping and getting gas and you're getting stuff to eat. So there is no adventure on. People use that as a line all the time. oh, it's the adventure getting there.
Unless you
it's
take
the
a week
thrill.
to get to where you're going and a week to get home. That way you can stop and smell the roses on the way
But
there.
normally you're always, now we do trips, like we want to plan a trip in California up the coast, people that want to do that maybe next year. And we'll do a lot of stops, but we'll be traveling, oh, I don't know, 1,000, 1,500 miles in about a 6-day time because you're stopping so much to do stuff. But there's no destination. The destination is the Washington border. So there's nothing, so you got all that time. But every time we come to Sturgis on our bike, we had no destination. The destination was the hotel we were staying in that night. That was where we were going. Once we got there, then we kind of looked around and said, okay, what can we do while we're in this little town? Go to get a drink or go get something to eat. But it wasn't the adventure of doing it. So when people always say that, I thought about that today, that when we've gone on these long rides, there was no destination. It was the gas station. It was stopping to go to the bathroom. It was getting gas. And it was the motel that night that we were staying in. So, but once you put your bike in a trailer and you haul it from Florida here or Myrtle Beach to Sturgis, you're going to pull that out and you're like, let's go ride 1,000 miles. Let's go ride 2,000 miles in the next 3 or 4 days because you're fully charged up and you're ready to go. You're not tired.
We're missing you.
What, he's leaving again?
No.
He's not coming up?
Well, he just said Happy Mother's Day. I just told him we might need him as a fill-in. This is where he filled in for you last year.
We got about 15 people here tonight. Holy Jennifer Jupiters. We're going to get a camera out, take pictures of everybody.
So Linus is on. He says, hello, Bob and Tim. Coming up north to this season. One day, we're going to go, not one day. When we leave here on Sunday, next Sunday, we're going up to Virginia Beach to meet Emery, grab our air conditioner, and then we'll head back home. So we're just riding the 300 miles up there, grabbing it, staying all night up there in Virginia Beach, and then heading back to Arizona.
Planning on stopping in Arkansas, probably.
Yeah, for a day or two. Well, that's the story, Linus. Yeah, Joe's on.
Then we'll be back in.
Yes, we did. Stephen took us to Captain Archie's the night we got here, I guess. And so we went there. And Harley's Roadhouse. Where's that? Harley's Roadhouse.
Where's
Did
that
we go
at?
there? Where is it? Where is that at, Joe? Are you down here? I'm gonna slowly cruise up the west coast in my van, pulling my trike to Spokane to live. There you go. Yeah. You found Waldo. That's good. Have you been looking for him? Many rides from Maryland to Sturgis. There's George on. Every time a memorable adventure and rode everywhere we knew about in the area while we were there. But now trailer in it, do you feel more relaxed when you get there? But that's the only bad thing too. If you are taking your time and getting there, do you have in a trailer, you can't really pull off just about anywhere and look at stuff. So,
but see, normally, like I said, we've done a half a dozen or more trips riding the bike to Sturgis. But all those trips were always, which you did. We went through Utah and I wanted to go through Arches Park and all that stuff. No, we couldn't. We only got 2 weeks to go up there, get back, and be in Sturgis. There wasn't enough time to go through Arches Park. It wasn't enough time to go check out the Salt Lake and all this different. And because you're on a mission to get there.
It's on Highway 9.
What's on Highway 9?
Harley Roadhouse. Oh, in Little River?
Isn't that little bar that's on the corner? Oh, it's in our video.
Yeah. Yeah. It was probably Catacorny from where we were at. For one day, we're leaving here. We're driving the 360 miles to Virginia Beach. We're going to meet Emery. We're staying all night in Virginia Beach and we're leaving. So I'll let you know. I'll keep you informed when we get up there. I don't know which camera I'm supposed to be looking.
This one.
I know, but I got to read the comments here.
You can read it.
No, I can't.
Can't do multitasking.
No, I can't. Saying hi to Ryder X. Oh, they had apple pie she got when she saw Don Waldo. What's your favorite motorcycle run or meet?
I don't know what you mean by a meet or a run. If you're talking about the best rally, Sturgis is my rally. For riding, Sturgis is my rally. And well, if you that's the problem that most people don't know. When you come to an event,
He looks so old. My daughter sent me this last night. What? Gotta turn it. I know, and his eyebrows. My poor Charlie dog. He's getting old.
if all goes well, he should be with us next year. But he can't go with us on the next trip because we're going to the Buffalo trip and they don't allow doggies.
Yes,
I think that's
no,
a
in my
liability.
70s, no desire to ride that far anymore just to get to the destination. Life's different now. Yeah, I would think that too. It just depends on what stage of your life you're in. If you're younger and you're on a mission and you got to get to where you're going so you can get there and get home, it just depends. But we've done that. We've rode our bikes to Sturgis and we trailered. So now that we're older, we prefer to trailer it.
Well, it was nice to say I've ridden that far.
There you go, Bill.
And we've gone the long way. We went all the way up the coast of California, across Oregon. We rode about 2,200 miles in a 6-day trip one time to Sturgis. So we've done the long miles. And same thing. When we pulled up to that trip, it took us 3 days of sitting on Main Street before we finally got to where we wanted to ride.
Kakalaki Fish Company. Have you ever heard of that? That's where we ate.
Hurricane Jules.
Yeah.
We ate there.
That's where
that
we
was on a
ate.
video the other day, if you've seen it. Hurricane Jules.
Joe said he'll be in Myrtle on Friday. Okay. Did you? No, it was John. We have your phone number. I can't look at it. It's in that phone. So Joe, email us if we, where am I at?
There's a bathroom over there.
So email us, Joe, if we don't have your contact information, send us your phone number. And that way we can get in contact with you so we can meet up with you. Crispy K's on. Thank you, Crispy K. And happy Mother's Day to all the mothers that are out there. I don't know where the Kakalaki Fish Company is. It's at here in Myrtle Beach. What's up, Dallas and Middle Tennessee Concrete. So is that Dallas? Did you change your name, Dallas, at Middle Tennessee Concrete? Is that what you go by now?
He's changed his job. He ain't working at Piggly Wiggly
no
anymore.
more Piggly Wiggly.
There's one here, 2 here.
There's, yeah. What kind of crap resort don't allow doggies? Well, we thought we were going to do a lot of different things while we were here in Florida. So we didn't want to have to worry about when we get back to Charlotte if we wanted to go somewhere on the bike for a couple of days.
Also in Daytona, the place we stay at, the gentleman only has 110. So we're not able to run the air conditioner all the time. So that would have been tough for him. We also were thinking in Panama City until the promoter put us up, we were going to go to Panama City on one night. We were going to ride the bike over, leave the trailer in Daytona, ride the bike over, stay all night in a hotel, hang out, and then ride back. So Charlie couldn't have gone on that trip and we couldn't have left him that long. So that's another reason we didn't bring him.
All right, Jeff, let us know. I hope your wife's doing well. She broke her femur. That is not a fun bone to break. So I hope she's doing well. Tell her Happy Mother's Day. And, well, yeah, we wanted. She's fast. She's fast.
She knows we're doing this. She don't want to interfere.
I have a concrete channel. My name is Dallas. My name is still Dallas Over. You're not the old Dallas, Mullet Face Dallas. What was his name? Mullet Face Dallas. I think that was his name. So I thought you were another Dallas. Thank you, Randall. How are you doing? He's down there in Lafayette, Louisiana. In which direction are you headed when you leave Virginia Beach? Somewhere toward the 40.
We're probably going to run the 40 all the way home. That's the plan.
But I mean, from up there, I think we have to take the 84 down to the 40, and then go.
Yeah, so we're going to go. Yeah, so we live off the 40, and so we're going to go through Arkansas. We're going to stop in.
Okay, so we'll have to look for it.
What's it called? Springs.
Eureka Springs.
Eureka Springs. Where we're going.
Thank you,
They're
Randall.
interested in getting us in Bikes, Blues, and Barbecue, and we're going to see what kind of lucrative deal they make for us. We are still looking for someone that would like to sponsor us here in Myrtle Beach. The campground is basically almost doubled in price. Right now, we're not making not even enough to pay for the gas to get here. But so next year, if you want us to see us in Myrtle Beach, we've got to get either a few people or somebody. She's gonna make some phone calls tomorrow and see if we can get some of these insurance company or lawyers that are advertising here. Maybe they would sponsor our videos while we're here, and they would pay the $1,000 for the campground. We kind of want. We found a place that we can stay boondock the whole time. But once again, now Charlie can't come because I can't run the generator 24 hours a day. And so that makes it bad. Other thing is if we stay the whole 12 days like we come now, we come a couple days early, we won't be able to do that because we can't take a shower every night. We won't have enough water or enough place to store the water. So there's some issues. She'd rather stay in the campground where we're at. And some people say, check out other campgrounds. The KOA is $180 a night, the KOA. Just to give you an idea.
And then all the other most of the other campgrounds will not allow you to bring your motorcycles.
They want you to park it out on the street. No, that ain't gonna happen. You can rent these golf carts drive in and out. You're not gonna allow me to drive my motorcycle in and out?
Can we park our trailer in front of your house?
But
Rider X said we can spend the night there.
Who?
Rider X.
Oh.
I'll call you. Or I'll talk to you if you come down. Whoops, I missed somebody. Being a big celebrity ain't easy. Especially if you've got aliases.
Somebody came up to us today, and actually in the campground where we're at, and that's what he said. He says, "The heck with those
rock stars and movie stars."
Yeah, he says, "You guys are the real stars. You're giving us all this great information about what's going on and having fun, and sure, we're trying to give you some other stuff. We're showing you guys us riding the bike more. So there's a little bit more riding in our videos lately than we've had before. So you can kind of actually see us on our bike.
I know the feeling.
We're trying to do a little bit more exploring than versus just staying in town here and showing you what. Because it's going to get wild here on Friday and Saturday. So you'll get to see all the wildness then. Art's in the house. And we're getting there. We'll be there in about a month. And stopping in for a few days in Corona. And but
yeah, we're probably not going to be. We're going to drive from here straight up to Virginia Beach. And that's 365 miles, I think.
All in one day. We'll do that. That'll be on Sunday. So we have to wait and see if he's going to meet us on Sunday or if he's going to meet us on Monday.
I told him Sunday, but we'll see.
I didn't know his schedule. Someone goes back.
He's supposed to be back on.
If she goes back, I'll take a little beer too.
Well,
if she comes back.
If you see her, tell her. Lodging, I mean. So we'll see. I don't know. We'll see. I figured we'd just stay at a Cracker Barrel up there in Virginia Beach somewhere. So we'll have to wait and see. Had emergency come up first, not at Myrtle in 17 years. Yes, being there. Sorry, Mark. I hope everything's okay with whatever's going on. Sure can. All righty. Well, we'll have to see, Ryder. Maybe we can stay with you. Mrs. Road Queen. Hey, Sampan, what color are your specs you rocking today? They're over there. Yeah. I got my green spider bra on. I got my green glasses. They're not as dark as green, but they're pretty close. So. Oh, you need them? No. Oh, they wanted to know what color my glasses were tonight. I tried to color coordinate, so they wanted to see what color my glasses were. So, so there you go. It's an ABC. Brad's on. Hi, Brad. How are you doing? There's Indra. How are you doing? He's I forget. I want to say Brazil, maybe. Is that where you're from, Indra? Tell Bob to give a courtesy fund. Y'all loving the Cracker Barrel. Jeff wasn't impressed with the Cracker Barrel here in Myrtle Beach. There's probably so many cool places to eat. Here's Steven. There you go. There's Steven. He can fill in for Bob.
So Bob's in the bathroom. I passed him coming up, so I got out of his way.
So yeah, if you come and we meet up with you, Jeff, you can pick the restaurant. How about that? For you people, who are the people joining you tonight? So we've got, okay, Bob's going to show you on that camera. There, now I don't.
No, it's this one. No, they cannot hear you. Tell them who you are. Give your first names.
Vicky Schaefer.
Darren,
And where are you guys from?
Greensboro, North Carolina.
All right. What do you ride? What's your bike?
We ride a 17 Tri-Glide.
Go. They came out to visit us. They're subscribers.
It's 2020,
There you go. For almost since the beginning.
right at the beginning.
There you go. Get Joey first or get you first? You go first. All right. So tell everybody who you are.
We're Carolyn and Landon with All About Customs.
Go. They're
Out
the
of
ones that did that.
Louisiana.
Handlebars, they do the fat tires. They do all kinds of exciting stuff there.
Yes, we
The
do.
air rides.
So come see us, book your appointments. We're over Barefoot Landing for the rest of the week. We'll be in Laconia next month. So let us know.
And Sturgis. And you guys doing Milwaukee?
We do Ocean City, Maryland. We do Wisconsin in July. Yes, several of them in the lineup.
All right. Just give them a holler. You can go on their Facebook page and they will actually give you a phone number you can text. So tell everybody who you are.
It's Joey with All About Customs.
Your wife already went through the whole spiel, though.
Oh, she did?
Yeah.
Then I'm
Then you're
nobody.
done. You're done.
Yeah, I'm
Well,
good.
you're the guy that does all the work.
Yeah.
So who's your official spokesperson for you guys? Everybody points to him. Let me come around here. Let me get around. Let me get around. Let me get around so they can hear you. All right. Gotta look at the camera so they see you.
What's up, guys? Gorilla with Sounds. How are you?
And where can they find you at?
You can find us over at Barefoot Landing.
And what all do you do?
What all do? We do high-end audio for your baggers. So your Road Glide, Street Glide, Tri-Glide, Ultra. We've got all your needs covered.
Looks like you got a big staff. How many guys you got working? girls?
Let's see. Right now, I guess we're running about 8 for this crew. We have one guy that's not with us.
And do you do most of the rallies?
We do almost all the major rallies, so 16 shows roughly per year.
Doing Milwaukee and Laconia?
We are doing Milwaukee and Laconia.
Okay, so that's pretty much all of them.
Yep.
Those are the oddball ones that a lot of people don't go to.
Yeah, Laconia will be set up out at the
Racetrack.
raceway out in Loudon.
Yeah.
And then for Milwaukee, we're going to be at
Wisconsin.
Wisconsin, Harley, and Economowoc.
That seems to be where everybody's at.
Yeah.
If you're not in Wisconsin, Harley Davidson, you probably shouldn't have came. Because I think that's where we haven't been there yet. So we're expecting that's going to be the most craziest place to be.
Yep, that's what we're hearing. That seems to be
Is
the
this your
prime
first year
location.
too?
First year, I think we've been back. It's been 5 years.
Okay, so you only go back for the anniversaries.
Well, just looking at rounding out
Yeah.
the schedule, this one kind of
Okay.
makes sense.
Do you do Ocean City
Yes, Ocean City is our second biggest show of the year after Sturgis.
and Ohio?
Ohio, we do not do.
Yeah, a lot of people getting away from that.
Yeah,
It's too
so
dead in
this
the middle
year
of the
we've
week.
got basically left on our schedule. We were going to do Gettysburg. Most of the major vendors removed Gettysburg from their schedule this year due to some issues there. So we got Laconia after this, Milwaukee, Sturgis, of course. You can find us at Black Hills Harley. We're the biggest booth on the lot there at Black Hills Harley Davidson. Then Ocean City, Pikes Blues and Barbecue, and then you've got your fall Daytona, Myrtle Beach,
The normal ones.
and Panama City again.
Oops. Okay, sounds good. Send them your way.
All right, sounds good. Come on out and see us.
There you go. And that's his gang. Everybody looks so excited. Need another beer. All right, so that's all the people that showed up. You already seen Steven. And here, stop and say hi to everybody. Make sure they see you first. Okay. Tell me your first name.
My name's Alexia. I'm from Myrtle Beach.
And how old are you?
I'm 18 years old.
Are you single?
Maybe.
Oh, maybe, maybe not. So for all those guys,
I am.
there you go. I'll come back around here. Well, he did Steven first. I got to come back around because I got to see the camera. All right, so here we are. There's Steven for all the others that are on.
That's right. I ride a Revival, 2021 Revival, which I'm going to trade in, by the way. And I am from Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, which I know they don't care for too much. God bless you. Come on down. Come on down. The weather's nice. You got a little rain in the afternoon. So what?
You guys still go to Gettysburg?
Follow Bob and Tam.
Or did you go?
Excellent adventures. Support them. God bless you.
There you go. So that's everyone that's here at this moment. Not saying more might show up. So it was a little rainy. Let me walk outside here and show you. It is a little cloudy, but overall, looks like the rain's done. So what would a rally be if it didn't rain? It wouldn't be a rally. Nobody probably had rain gear in their bike. So if you carry rain gear in your bike, it wouldn't have rained. I know we didn't have our rain gear either. That's the rule. If you put rain gear in your bike, it will not rain. But ugh. Did you find her yet?
Yeah.
All right.
Bringing it.
So we're getting some drinks. Put this guy back down. There he is.
So the reason they don't go to Gettysburg anymore is just
Well,
technical-
I think
technical
everybody,
difficulties.
yeah.
They're
Okay, so a lot of the vendors, which is what they were kind of talking, they were talking about it outside, that they don't really, Gettysburg has been some issues, and so everybody's bailing out. So probably Gettysburg is done. It's kind of like the Laughlin River Run. It's gone. Never coming back. There's some, Bullhead City's trying to do theirs. But other than that, most of the stuff is over. And that happens in some of these towns. Myrtle Beach here is doing everything humanly possible to get rid of this rally. And probably, I'd say 3 to 5 years, it probably will dissolve. It's just, once again, like we haven't checked. Somebody might want to go on the internet right now, Google some hotels here for this weekend, Friday and Saturday, see what kind of rates they've got. They were telling me they were over $400 now. How can you expect us to come out and spend $400 on a freaking room? So you stay 2 nights, $800, plus probably got another $100 of taxes on it. So $1,000 for 2 nights. And then you're coming here, you're riding your bike or if you're trailing or whatever you are, wherever you're coming from, all that expense, and then you're going to spend some money while you're here. You're going to go out, you're going to eat, you're going to have some fun. You're going to drop at least $500 probably in those 2 days. So now you've spent, $1,500. Then you got to spend, $100 or more for gasoline, maybe depending on what riding you do while you're here and what vehicle you bring with you, or if you ride your motorcycle here. So, you could probably go away with $2,000 pretty quickly for a 2-day event. And, I don't know, and then if you want to buy something for your bike while you're here, that's great. That's what I said. A lot of these towns are getting to where they're ridiculous. That's why now Daytona has some exceptions too, to the rule too. You can get into some of these other campgrounds and stuff a little bit reasonable. You can find a little bit cheaper hotel, a little bit older one to stay at. Sturgis is like that too. You get out to Rapid City and stuff and find rooms a little bit better priced than stay in downtown Sturgis or in Deadwood or someplace like that. But I mean, these towns here are just getting to the point where they don't want us here. They don't want our money. Sturgis is about the last one that says, come on in. Every town in South Dakota is like, come on in. The governor shows up in Sturgis for the rally. Welcome bikers. How many other governors do you see? Now we do see it in Florida. Santos came in last year. He didn't come this year, but last year he came in and welcomed everybody to the rally, for the spring rally. He was there for the fall rally, but we didn't go, so we didn't get to see him. So let's see what we got for comments. You're looking to hook up with Willie G at Milwaukee. We're not sure who we're going to talk to. We're supposed to. We have one of our dealers is supposed to hook us up with the COO of Harley Davidson, which is a woman, and that they can get her to come talk to us. So from there, we don't know who else we'll be able to get linked to from that. So we haven't started making our phone calls yet to our dealers, our support dealers that support us. And what we support them. So we have quite a few great dealers here. We just made a new one there at Beach House Harley up there in North Carolina. They're selling bikes at manufacturer's retail price. Heck, they got t-shirts that were $18.50. Down here, they're selling them for $30 and they're on sale down here. So we see it's worth maybe the ride to go check out a few things. Why specifically are pulling out of Gettysburg? They don't want to discuss it. So I don't know if it's the promoter. I don't know. We don't really know. We'll find out and we'll let you know. But they're on camera. They're not going to talk about it. So we will find out and we'll let you know. Victoria's in. Hi. Love meeting you all the first time at Spokes and Bones. New to the channel. Thank you.
welcome to the Pating Nation. That's what we call all you guys that watch us, the Pating Nation. So if you hear us say Pating, or you don't know what that is,
Yes, Black Hills.
that's all of you guys.
Black Hills Harley does support us. They're a great dealership. Al, which is one of the last owners that's still involved with the dealership, he'll be there for 4 more years. He's got a half a year now. Well, it's 5 years when they bought. So he's probably in the 6 months now or 3 months. I don't know when they bought it. So he's there. We love Al. Al's a great guy. We haven't got to meet the new owner there, but he will be in Sturgis. So when he gets there, we will get the meeting. Hopefully he'll come on camera and let you know he's the Sonic Group, and we'll get to meet him just like we did Teddy Morris, which is the new owner of Destination Daytona. And he's all on board with us too, which we really appreciate Tony and Teddy being part of our team nation too. And so that's pretty exciting. And but yes, Black Hills Harley has been very good to us. They've never not done anything that we've asked for. And if you guys have been watching the last couple of years, you know, they gave us the full tour of the dealership inside when it's all going on. They're just really good about what. Now they don't support us in money wise. Nobody at this moment supports us in money at all. We have a few vendors that have given us tips and stuff for.
I haven't seen it yet.
That they've given us extra money for. They've sold some stuff. Hey, here's $100. Here's $20. And we haven't seen any of that for probably the last year. But, you know, someone will take us out to dinner and stuff like that. And we appreciate anything he does. Now we're starting to look for sponsors. And what we're going to do is have sponsors that do per video. So it would be like today, like let's say Twin Peaks said, hey, we'll sponsor you tonight. We'll give you X amount of dollars to be here. And so we would say tonight's video is being sponsored by, when we came on, be sponsored by Twin Peaks here in North Myrtle Beach. Check them out. And then somewhere during the video, we would give them maybe a 15-second plug that they give us something they want us to read. Hey, you know, we got beer special, during bike week, got
20,
29 degrees.
now it says 30.
You see
So
the
down the side.
right? 'Cause they keep opening
28.
the door. They keep
Said it.
opening the door and changing kegs.
We didn't get a picture with these guys, did we?
Well, go get one. We gotta pause a minute while we go take a picture. Hang on, you can't leave till we get a picture. We have to show people that we actually have subscribers. So we'll be back. Let me turn the camera. Yeah. Let me turn the camera. There you go. Trying to see if over here. I'm under that light. All right, so we're back. That might be in the back. Is that in the back or is that your guys? Okay. All right, they're getting more food or getting their food. And we'll have to get some of the girls to come by and talk to you guys. We got one, our waitress, but we usually get all the girls. So it's got it. Great time at Spokes and Bones with you guys. Yep. Denise, we're glad you, we appreciate that. We love talking to you guys. We love meeting you guys. I have never said one of the things that keeps me doing this is by meeting people. You know, when people come up and say, wow, we went to this couple here. We watched you, went to Sturgis last year, and we watched every video you put out. And that's how we did our Sturgis last year. Bye. And that's what makes us do what we do.
There we go.
Oh, you're supposed to get two or one?
Oh, we should have had 2.
I wanted one more.
Yeah, he wanted one. Thank you.
So it's any vendors give you perks on parts and labor? Yes, we do have several of the vendors. What we've done in the past was we paid for everything. So what a lot of the vendors would do is they would do like Joey. Joey just did the handlebars if you watched it the other day, month ago or so. He put the handlebars on my bike in Daytona. What we had done is those handlebars down in Daytona and also in Sturgis, there's
High Builders Breakfast by the Flying Pistons magazine.
all this money goes to charity for building little wooden bicycles for the people. We're gonna do a video on that. We found out there in Rapid City they build those little bikes. So we bidded on these handlebars. Nobody was bidding on them. So I got the opening bid was $250. I'm like, I looked it up. I'm like, oh heck, they're $595 handlebars. I'll bet on them. I said, I think Joey puts them on. So we got them.
They're fat baggers.
Yep, we bought them, and I got one thing at $250. So I got $500 handlebars for $250. Plus, it's a tax deduction because it was a donation. So we ended up. I called Joey, and we told him about it. And he said, "Well, send me the certificate of what you have." We sent it, and he sent it to Bad Baggers, and they're like, "Oh yeah, we'll give it to you." And he said, "Well, can we do a video, and I'll put them on for free if you guys do a video for us." So I basically got the handlebars are about between $9,000 and $1,000 total price, $850 to $950 plus the taxes. So I basically saved about $750 off of what I would have had to pay if I would have had them put on. So yes, that has happened. When we had stuff done by Rick Rack and some of these other people, they gave us a discount.
10% or
or
whatever.
20% or something like that. So I paid for it. Now, the exception to the rule is the idea of why I didn't want to get anything for free was because I want to make sure I don't want to be one of these guys that are out here that are pushing products, because there's a lot of junk people are selling. And if I'm going to give you something that I recommend, I'm going to stand behind it. So like, for instance, we got the new digital gauges on our bike last year. Those I got for free from Digital Gauges. Fair Exchange installed them for free. So what they got in turn, they've sold probably 25 to 50 of those from us. So in a case like that, it was worth it. It was a $1,500 value. So for our work of showing a video and pushing it, we got paid $1,500 for that, for doing that. That was a good deal for us. That's a good going rate for a video. So then on my stereo speakers, I've got Fosgate audio. So I got the highway ones. They're high pitched. There's no bass to them. So I got 4 speakers and an amp. They're about $2,300 to $2,800 for the product. I had to pay the Harley dealer. They gave me $100 off the labor. It would have been $450 to install it. We paid $350 to have them installed in Black Hills Harley. Probably could have complained more, and I probably would have got it for free, but that's fine. I got all that $3,000 worth of stuff for $350. Well, once again, I know a lot about Fosgate, and I'm happy with my speakers. I'd recommend them to anybody. They have no bass, but with 90 miles an hour, can you hear the music in the back? When you ride the motorcycle.
Yes. I thought you meant in the trailer. I don't know. I'm reading the comments.
So they were a great value. So those are the only 2 things we've gotten for free since we've done this. Now we are doing a few things with Ciro, which is the phone mount, and we got the cup holder. What else did I get from Ciro? Besides the cup holder and the phone, is that the only thing I got from Ciro? The cup holder.
I think so.
Okay, so it really wasn't worth. So the cup holder is $65. It's 100 and something. So about $250 for the product for 2 videos. That wasn't worth it. That wasn't worth what we got out of them. So, but now they give us, if you buy from them, we get 10% off if you buy. Right?
Tony, email us your phone number.
Click on it.
I did. Ralph wanted to know what make and size of generator do we have that runs our AC in
We
the
have a
trailer?
5.5 Owen gasoline, regular gas generator. Runs both our ACs and a microwave at the same time.
Some people see, this is what another YouTuber told us. They said that when YouTubers quit doing stuff for free for people, because people expect that now, because they'll say, well, we'll give you a product if you do a video for free. Well, some YouTubers say you should give us the product for free, pay us to do the video for you. And
so what ends up happening is our son-in-law does TV commercials. So we decided we'll find out what a going rate is. So to make a commercial, spend 1 day filming and 1 day editing. What's it cost for a 15-second commercial?
Between $15,000 and $30,000 for 15 seconds, not 15 minutes.
So that's what it's which I said to Dave, George that does cigars. Now we don't smoke cigars, so he don't give us nothing free. He's given us some different stuff to give away for free, but he can't give cigars away free. But he came up to me today and he says, I don't know if I should tell you this, but he says, I want to let you know that I pay money for radio advertising here, and I'm on the cable TV, and I'm also in Full Throttle Magazine. Every day somebody comes in my cigar booth and says, I seen you on Bob and Tam's.
He said, not once has anybody said, I heard you on the radio, or I saw you in Full Throttle Magazine, or I saw you on cable TV. So that was kind of fun.
But see, what we have here is the content that you have here is people that are actually either
coming
here, or you're going to come to a rally, or you might buy something. You're motorcycle people. We do have a few people that are on our channel that don't own a motorcycle. We have some people that used to ride and they don't ride anymore. They can't. So there's a variety, but most of the people that are watching the channel do have a motorcycle. Not necessarily, might not be a Harley. Could be an Indian, could be a lot of different things like that. But so that's what we're looking at now is we're thinking about charging a set price for a video. So for a video would be X amount of money, and you could, like, for instance, if we get somebody that decides, hey, we want to sponsor you $1,000 to be in Myrtle Beach next year. Well, for that $1,000, they will get every video. We'll start out and say, this video is sponsored by Twin Peaks. Twin Peaks, and then somewhere in the video, 15 seconds, we would say something about it. We'd have them type up whatever they once said to say, hey, we got beer at 29 degrees. We've got the hottest girls in town.
27.2.
Yeah, we got all this stuff that's going on. And at the end, we say it again. And then if we do lives, we would repeat it off and on throughout the video. Now, up until this point, we've always done for free because we didn't want the vendors that we pick, we give them one stipulation. They have to guarantee to you guys their work. So if you have anybody that we've ever recommended, now we do go by people and you might see a vendor and say, oh, well, we've seen them on your channel. Well, if they didn't actually talk to us as a vendor, they're not one of our certified vendors. We're going to make a list up. When we get the shop made up, we're actually going to have a wall with stickers of all the people that we recommend. We'll have the dealers that we recommend. They'll be in the background when we do videos and stuff. So you guys can see these people. You can always ask us, do you have?
We've dealt with them. We know they're reputable. We know they do good work. So those are the people that we recommend you guys to go to get this work done.
And the reason we do what we do is, I don't know if Art's still on here or not, but Art, many, many moons ago, about 17 years ago, he went to a place that was called Dragonfly, the biggest rip-off place in the world, and they screwed him. He paid him back then $1,500 for a fairing with a couple speakers and a radio in it. And they were in California where we live. He had a problem with it, went back down there, and the guy told us to F off. And I'm like, the guy ended up going in and out of business. And so but that's why we do what we do, is because we were at an event in Florida that had some vendors at it, and they were doing lighting and all kinds of stuff. And I was like, oh my gosh, I walked by my camera and I hurried up and turned it off. I'm like, I can't believe it looks like some 12-year-old kids in here doing wiring. Joey's a big one for this because Joey is we're going to do some videos on what you should do when you have work done on your bike. Like, let's say you put a new stereo in, you have some lights put in. There's things you should look at on your bike to make sure you don't have problems. He showed me one the other day. He's got here a wire that somebody just plugged a bunch of connectors in it to make them have a wire. Well, all those connections are all places for your system to go weak. You're going to get moisture in there or something like that. How hard was it? Somebody spent all that time of putting all that crap together and crimping it together. You could have took one wire and pushed it into the pin connection where you had a good connection and it's watertight. And then at the other end, the same thing. Then the chances of having anything go wrong is slim to none. Not saying that something can't go wrong. The other problem that we run into, which we see because when you're having aftermarket stuff put on your bikes, and you go to some of these shops, for instance, a Harley dealer, if you have air shocks put on your bike and they're aftermarket, and Harley comes in there and they change something on your bike, they're not familiar with how that is set up. They got special adapters they're putting on. They don't realize that they've moved something else closer to your rotor, or they moved it closer to the tire where it's going to start rubbing now. They don't look at that. It's the same thing that when I had my handlebars done, we had a bunch of guys that was watching my handlebar video. And, we got on there and we had to adjust the handlebars and all that stuff. You get shocks put in your car. You get some Orlands or you get some Legend shocks put on your bike. Does anybody do they adjust them for you? That's a part of it. If you're having service done, stuff should be adjusted to what you as a rider, not the mechanic that installed it on you. He tightens the handlebars up and goes, it feels good to me. Well, he's not riding the bike. He might be 6'7" and you might be 5'2". Big difference in riding handle. Yeah. So you want to make sure that you've got somebody. It's like Master Lugo. If you're there, he'll have you sit on the bike when he starts putting the foam on. So you can sit on the bike and say, okay, yeah. No, I want to, okay. No, it's kind of rubbed my legs a little bit. I want to kind of tie it. Okay, he'll take it back and he'll shave a little more to where it gets it perfect for you. And that's what
I've seen him take a seat off 5 or 6 times for somebody. And they'll say, well, how does that feel? How's this feel? How's it feel here? How's it feel there? And he'll say, okay, get up. And then he'll shave it and he'll say, okay, now sit on it again. So he kind of wants you there while he's doing your bike because he wants to make sure it's going to fit your shape.
And it's the same thing, Joey, with All About Customs. He's the same way too. They want to make sure when they're done with the bike, you come back. They can, like we did one, and one of you that I can't remember what the name of the subscriber was. They had the trike that went to
I think it was
Leesburg.
Jerry.
And he had his he bought the same handlebars I got, and they had him sit on there and get to where it was comfortable for him before he tightened it all down. So that's what you want, somebody that's going to go that extra mile. Where versus when you're in the dealership and they're like, oh, your bike will be done on maybe tomorrow, and then sitting in the parking lot and, oh yeah, it feels all right. Well, it's kind of like, I had no idea until I got these aftermarket handlebars how much, which we're going to eventually do a video. Maybe we'll try to do something while we're down here so I can put it up next week. But of me riding the bike with her filming over my shoulder, and we'll talk about it, what I like about it. But to me, it's night and day. It's kind of like the same thing about doing your front forks. If you're going to put rear shocks on, you need to do the front forks first. My bike does no nosedive or nothing like the factory shocks do. I should have done that. I don't know how many pairs of rear shocks I put on my bikes. I'd never done the front forks. But by having the front forks done, you don't get that nosedive. And people don't realize that unless you've had it done. You're like, wow, I didn't know a big difference. It's like my handlebars now. I can actually go slower now, making a 180 turn. And it's like, because it's everything's close. It's not like I'm stretching anymore to make that turn. It's right here. And it's makes it very, very nice. So that's some of the things that's why we've always talked about the vendors and things like that. And we always want to make sure
Can we get some
people
more napkins too, paper napkins? Thank
people
you.
will take care of you, do good service, because you are. If you're like, you come to Sturgis and you live in California, and you get halfway home and whatever had been put on doesn't work now. It broke, or your lights don't work, or whatever you had done. You want to make sure there's somebody that's going to stand behind your speeds. They completely rebuild your motor. You get home and there's a massive oil leak. What do I do? Well, there's ways to get this taken care of without you having to haul your bike back to wherever they're from. So there's ways to work things out, and that's what we try to do for you. What do you got?
I am not sure. Speaking of wires, when doors were on the Ed Sullivan, Ed told Jim to temper his lyrics. So during the song, Light My Fire, he's saying, come on, baby, light my wire, fight my wire. He was never invited back. Well, here, hand me
That's
that.
right. What do you want? A napkin?
Napkin. The
napkin.
black, yes, the black napkin.
That's a napkin. I asked you napkin. You said
So Stephen, they have these napkins here, and they're like
they're
cardboard.
starched. They're starched.
Stephen says it's like wiping your nose on your mom's drapes.
I never wiped my nose on my mom's drapes. So I don't know.
But I mean, there's stiff as a board, and
So somebody screwed up at the laundry place and you starch instead of cleaner.
I don't know, but
But they
they're
are.
hard. Well, you need to open that because I've wiped my mouth all over it now. So I want paper and I hate those because if you got like a water
You
dripping,
need to wipe something up.
condensation,
It's
it's
made
like-
to repel.
yes, it repels it.
They've got
and
like
it's-
water repellent on
So
it.
give me a good old paper napkin. There's the Art. Art's on.
All right. So we were just talking about Art. Art needs to come on one of these times, and we need to do a
I
video with
concur,
him
man, on fire.
and talk about Art, about you and
Art, they
Dragonfly.
want to know if you've retired yet.
Yes, everybody keeps asking that.
Never
Art.
had drapes.
He's motor life, never had drinks.
Karen's laughing.
Art,
He's old
Art-
enough to retire.
yes, he could retire. He just couldn't get medical yet. He's not 65 yet.
They're saying, speak up, tell us what you really want. All right, guys, have a great night. Dinner bell's ringing.
What?
Ryder X.
No excuse.
I
Can't be dinner.
will-
Who the hell's eating this late at night?
What time is it?
What do you
I
got?
don't know.
McDonald's you're dropping off, or what are you doing there?
I-
Got
where's
Pizza
the-
Hut?
Oh,
Showed
there
up?
it is. 8 o'clock.
It's 8 o'clock. Who the hell eats dinner at 8 o'clock? We're at a rally. That's
No,
different.
that is in Maryland.
He's at home.
Yeah.
He's eating at 8 o'clock. So what do you got? Domino's showing up with a pizza at 8 o'clock? They even. Steven says it'll mess up your valves eating this late. She's gonna spit her beer out. It's gonna come out through her nose.
Oh my goodness. Oh yeah. And how many wines have you had?
That's
Steven's
Steve's.
job.
So if you're going to the Harley dealer, Myrtle Harley Davidson, and if you think about being a man going in the women's bathroom, Steven's gonna take care of
That's
you.
right, Sean.
It ain't gonna be a pretty sight. That's right.
Good night, Ryder
There's
X.
no transgender allowed
I'll
in
text you
the
later.
bathrooms. We don't allow that here in Myrtle Beach. Myrtle Beach.
Art says he's not retired yet, but he's really looking forward to it.
No, I'm not regretting Art 3 years. I haven't regretted any of this.
Oh, he says that's what time they eat dinner every night.
Who?
Ryder X.
That's crazy. Time you
Well,
go to bed.
he doesn't go to. I called him in California time, and it's been 10 o'clock, so it's like 1 o'clock here, and he answers the phone every time. Nope, steak and potatoes. That's what they're having. Did you ever cover Bev's during school time? No. Sometimes I gotta nudge him to roll over to quit snoring. No, he's a year older than
63.
us.
So he might be.
Well, his birthday's 10 days before yours, so he'll be 64 this year. You'll be 63. I ate at 5:30. My mom, she was like clockwork. You had to eat at 7, noon, and 5. And if for some reason you didn't get breakfast till 11:30, you still ate lunch at noon. It was like, that was the times you ate.
So if anybody wants to know anything about Myrtle Beach,
Steven's here.
let us know. We'll give you any information about the rally that's going on. Everything fully opens up tomorrow.
Thanks, Wendy. It was nice meeting you guys
Bands are all
too.
the big bands are going to be
It was
playing
fun.
out here. They got
We'll be back.
Kurt forward, Colt forward,
Colt Ford.
Court forward, Colt like a go and shoot forward.
Ford.
He's playing.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty much ready to go. The vendors weren't open yet outside, but they didn't have no
I should
band
be.
playing yet. And but they should have. I think they're having. What's the band we always like to hear?
Hairball.
Hairball. I think they're coming. I think they're coming over there. Jackal's playing 7 o'clock on Saturday night at Spokes and at SBB. Harley Davidson or something kind of bands playing tonight at Suck Bang Bang. Suck Bang Bang. They're playing there, and I don't know who they are. Go on the internet and look at all those. We haven't posted any of that stuff yet. I'll show you what
I
bands are
sent
playing
some
where.
stuff to him that was
Yeah, but
all-
it's too long. It would never show up. I couldn't put it on the video because it was a long lengthy thing.
it was 3 different.
It came up on my phone. It came up with one big thing.
Yeah.
You know, and get wilder and wilder as we get closer and closer to the weekend.
A cup of coffee at 3:30 in the morning, 2 scrambled eggs at 4. There you go.
I thought they did it every day. I don't know. I wouldn't want to go up there. Your girlfriend will be there.
You probably will. Oh. I don't know how many people we had on. 66. You're dripping.
You're all wet.
You're all wet.
That's you're all wet. And
She brought some regular napkins,
Oh.
didn't she? What'd she do with them? I thought she
we
had them
got
in her
coasters.
hand. Is that draped napkin?
Why didn't you come over and talk to us like the last time we had?
No. Well, she acts like she's super busy, but there's
Well,
everybody left.
there's only 4 waitresses.
No.
Well, she's got all this there. That's
Sounds.
and
They put in
they know
sound
Joey,
systems.
and they came up here because Joey invited them. I've never really talked to them. They're at a lot of rallies and stuff. I don't know nothing
Hi,
about them.
Crispy K.
There's a lot of people that do sound, so we don't really have, Sinister Sound. We talk a little bit too. They
Well,
do a
make
really
their
good
own
job.
speakers, don't they?
Yeah,
Sinister Sound.
Yeah, and it's because a lot of the stuff it's just box stuff people are putting in. Hog tunes or whatever. They're just buying their stuff and just putting it in. Sinister Sound actually has a company that makes their speakers for them. So you're getting something at least American made versus something foreign. All my Fosgate stuff, it's all Japanese China stuff. It's nothing that's American made. But it's tough to paper napkins.
I thought she had some in her hand when she came up.
Not great.
No
Maybe
drink.
she took them in the back.
Oh,
To
maybe.
the group in the back. Everybody else is at the other table now, hanging out back there,
Yeah.
having social time. Yeah,
Yeah.
they do. The vendor life.
Yeah.
So you ever eat oatmeal?
Yes.
It's supposed to be the perfect food. My boss called it jail food before he had a heart attack. True story. So yeah,
I always like. See, but a lot of people like. No, see, a lot of people like it sweet. I like mine with just sugar and butter, or not sugar, salt and butter. Same way I like my grits, just with salt and butter,
no milk.
no milk. No. Yeah.
June's in the house.
Hey,
She was-
June, are
she
you
couldn't.
guys?
Nope. They wrote on Facebook they can't make it this year.
I was wondering if you guys were gonna make it down. So I don't think they're gonna go to Sturgis this year either. Are you, June? Are you going to Sturgis either? They got wiped out on that cruise they went on.
Too much partying.
Yeah. Paper plates or dirty dishes in the RV. Paper plates. Paper plates at home, paper
Well, we
plates.
have, I get grape. Well, we didn't get my grapes yet.
No, we
I
didn't.
eat grapes every night. We get that. I get that in a bowl, and my milk comes in a cup, a regular cup. I used to go to Sam's. Sam's usually has, but they got the bigger ones. And,
They're like small apples. They're like this
but
big.
they're better. They just taste. They're just a better grape. I don't know where they're getting them.
Well, the ones like we got from Walmart, they're just itty bitty and they're real soggy, like soft. That's why he eats them every night. What does June say? Now have to find you somewhere. I know. We're not coming up to Canada.
Well, they go to Milwaukee.
Yeah, you guys gonna come down? No sound, Tomcat says. Art, tip your waitress $10. He gave us
Oh, there you
$10.
go. Art and the waitresses.
Yeah, he likes to
Pretty
flirt with the
girls.
waitresses.
Art likes the
Are
pretty
you
girls.
drinking a cold beer? Yes, but mine's not so cold anymore.
No Seckies. No Bud Light tonight. All right. Maybe you'll come all the way out and you'll go with us. There you go. There you go, Art. Steven's gonna come out. His 75-year-old butt, by the time that you retire, he'll be 75, and he'll ride Route 66 with us. We're gonna leave from my house. We already done the California part. But from my house all the way to St. Louis. We're not going to Chicago, and we're gonna do the Route 66 ride. We're gonna film all that, talk about all that.
Not
And,
California.
No, we
Well-
can't carry it in Illinois either. Well, you do, but just don't get pulled over with it. California, you got to put one gun. You got to put your gun in a lockbox away from you, and your ammunition has to be in another lockbox that you can't touch it.
There's Rowan the Rock
Yeah,
with
you can put them in both saddlebags to get away with it.
Rocket Can Richardson. There you go from Australia.
There we go. We got a Australian down
Good
under
day.
on. We get a lot of foreigners watch our
Why
channel.
no sound? Oh, you don't have sound? We should have sound.
Let me turn this up.
Can you hear us now? Yep. Yep.
It might be you,
It's you, Tomcat.
because we are on.
Turn your volume up.
So we're on and we're working. So it's not us.
You like the ride from Laughlin to Vegas? Ain't much. Quick flat.
It's 90 miles. I mean, that's not much of a ride. Now you can go the back way. You could take like old Route 66. You can't go across the Hoover Dam anymore. They got a bridge now that goes over. You got to go around the back way, but there's not really a lot there. You can get off and go through Chloride back there and go through that. But I mean, that's not, you got to go off to go see that. Other than that, there's a couple old bars, I think, along there. And that's about it. There really isn't anything else. Now going to the Grand Canyon, now I like that. Take Route 66.
It's
Go
down
through
a little bit
Kingman
further.
and go. Well, we can actually start in Oatman, go through the arch on there. How great is the Sidewinder in Arizona? There, the Oatman Road to Kingman. That's a great ride. It ranks up there right there with Tail of the Dragon. There, if you go off the road, you end up in a pile full of rocks. On the way, there's a big old truck upside down. What are you looking at?
So it says live chat has moved. I know you can't even see that now, can you?
No.
It's right below it. It'll say.
Well, what you have to do is you got to hit chat.
No, it's here now.
No,
You got to
but-
hit here. You can't hit that.
Yes, you do, because it tells you
No.
you hit here and then it hits here. That's how it works.
I couldn't get it to go the other day, and I could only hit the bottom one. That's all I did.
Well,
It wouldn't do it for me the other day.
So all you
So
got to do
it's
is go.
down a little
Yeah.
bit.
So it'll say live chat now, where you would normally write a comment at. You hit that live chat there, and that will open up for you and show
Well, he's
you.
writing, so he's got to be on there.
Yeah.
You guys always have fantastic information. I like your channel. Thank you, Rowan. We appreciate you watching all the way over from down under.
And you
You
come over
can
here and check it
still
out.
ride over the Hoover Dam, but it's through
Oh, yeah.
security search.
Yeah, but you don't get to go. You go over, you have to turn around, and come back. You can't. Used to be
Yeah.
just
you could
3
go over
years
to
ago.
the Arizona side.
Yeah, you could
can't
go.
do that
You could
anymore.
go over and just keep on going. We could go home that way. Can't do that way. You got to turn around now. And it used to be on the the Nevada side, they were always kind of buttholes on that side. But if you came from the other side, from the Arizona side, they were always a lot nicer going across the bridge. Now they got this rinky dinky homemade security team that searches every part of your body. You got to do a cavity search before you go across the dam.
And you got to take everything out of your car, everything out of the glove box, everything out of the back seat, everything out from under the seats.
It's security guards that have badges that think they're cops.
They're rent-a-cops.
And they don't even work for the parks department anymore. What they ended up doing at Hoover Dam is it used to be owned by the state, owned Nevada and Arizona took in charge of it when they built the dam and all that kind of stuff. Well, a few years ago, they sold the power plant to a subsidy, and that's who's in charge of it now. And what's funny about it is they're only concerned, well, I'll show you how stupid they were. They wanted to search the back of my truck. What I have underneath the front seat of my truck, I had a 9mm. And they're like, did you have anything in your front of your truck? No. Well, let's look in the back of your truck. Well, the cab, if you watch the video, my trunk lid wouldn't open because we had a cooler back there. The guy wanted me to drag it out. And I'm like, you people are on dope. You know, you go to the airport, when you go through TSA, do they tell you to open your suitcase up and throw all your clothes out so they can look through it? Or do they do it all? They do it all. You go down to Mexico, you go across the border. They want to search your car. They tell you to go sit on the little freaking bench over there while they search your car. Nobody tells you to you pull all your crap out and empty it. You talk about a bunch of freaking Hoosiers. That's what they have at the Hoover Dam. A bunch of freaking Hoosiers that don't know what federal law is or how you're supposed to search
Then
somebody.
you got the camera out, and the guy's like, "Well, sir, you don't have to get like that." Well, sir, you don't have to get like. He's like, "No," he says, "Well, you see what it says right here that we have the right to search." He says, "Yeah, you have the right, search it." Well, no, you got to pull all the stuff out.
I don't know how many cars pulled away. There was a Jeep that had a cooler that they couldn't get out behind the seat, and he's like, "No, you can open the cooler and look in it. No, we want you to dump everything out of the cooler so we can see it." And it's like these guys are on crack. But if you came in a big tour bus, or if you didn't have anything in your motorcycle, you had a rental car and there was nothing in it. But if you have suitcases, they want you to open your suitcases and spread all your clothes out so they can look through them.
They don't want to touch nothing.
Yeah. Rent-a-cops.
They thought they were all that.
And a
Got
bag
it.
of chips.
Finally, sound. I suck at lip reading. 5'2".
No, Comprende.
I'm
So,
glad you got the sound fixed.
yeah. So it's pretty neat. Well, Myrtle Beach is overall, we've done really good at the rallies here. The videos aren't doing so great right now. Don't really know why. Could be because it's Mother's Day weekend. A lot of people aren't thinking about watching videos and stuff. They're picking up a little bit. You know, we're trying not to be nothing but a girly channel. Some of the YouTubers that come out here to these rallies want to just show you girls and all that. We don't want to do all of that. We throw a few of the girls in saying stuff. Want to keep it a PG channel. We've got a bunch of videos I'm going to be putting on Patreon as soon as I get a little bit of time. Probably after the rally's over, we got a bunch of stuff. We got a bikini contest that we're going to put on there. We got a bunch of girls that just had pasties on that were here bartender. You got to see one in the video today that came out last night, about 8:30 or 9 here. There was a girl that had pasties. You could just barely see her side, thing, love jugs. And they were really cool and her engine good. And you can see a little bit of that, but I don't want to show too much because I don't want YouTube to gig me. And we've done really, really well. Adam put one out today, and I think they gigged him because there was no commercials when I watched it, and it had quite a few girls in it. But see, YouTube looks at that stuff and it says, "Oh, it's not proper. That's you're
But you can go to the beach and see a whole
disrespecting
lot
women."
more.
Yeah. But so we're trying to clean that up, and a lot of that stuff will be put on Patreon, and we'll be showing that real soon. We had trouble with the hard drive. They're supposed to have gotten that fixed now, so hopefully I'll get all my footage when we get home. We'll have all of our Sturgis, and we got a lot of stuff that I still wanted to post that I didn't from these last rallies of a little bit more, showing you a little bit more of fun girls.
Hey,
And,
Rowan. Rowan says we have a great blend of contents. So we try to show you a little bit of everything about what's going on in the rally. So there are girls down here, so we got to show you the girls, right?
But we don't want to be same thing with the vendors. We kind of got some of you that watch us all the time, don't want to see the same vendors all the time. So we do have a handful that we just kind of stop in. Like Joey, we've been doing some stuff with Joey. He wants to hire us for a few videos that he wants done. And so they're going to be working with us. And we've got a few others, but there's some of the vendors we're kind of shying away from because they're like, no, we're not interested in paying you anything. We like you doing the free stuff, but we're not paying them. We're like, okay, that's fine. We'll stop and say hi, and that'll be the extent of it. So it is what it is. But a lot of them, we'll put a list, all these vendors, even the ones that don't want to pay us anything to do videos, we're still happy to recommend them because they do good work. They do stand behind their products. So we're okay with that. But it's just getting to the point where this is just costing us more money than we're making. And we've got to come up with something here to justify it all. And instead of having all you guys constantly give us money or donations or paying for stuff, we're thinking about doing this. I mean, we even thought about taking the commercials out. If we get enough people to pay for the videos that we're putting out, these vendors and stuff, and other maybe insurance companies or lawyers or something like that, we might just pull the commercials out ourselves.
Did you, when Karen was giving that guy a shot blowing the whistle, did you put that guy on there?
I didn't get that video. I didn't get anything. Did you film it?
Mm-hmm.
No, I didn't put it on.
Karen wants to know where the girls' eye candy's at.
We're gonna see about Saturday night. What are they doing Saturday night at the Beaver Bar at 11 o'clock?
Oh, I don't know. It's
What's that guy? That movie with that guy? What's that guy's name?
Magic Mike contest.
Yeah, Magic Mike contest. But I don't know if we can put it on. It may have to be a Patreon. I don't know if it'll be able to go on YouTube. Because they're also gonna have a wet tea on Friday night. We're probably gonna film. Hopefully, we'll be up that late and we'll be able to film all that. That'll be
I'll
our
try
last
to.
couple
I
nights.
saw the guy. There's one guy bartender that goes the rally.
I don't think he's here.
Yeah, I saw him. He was at SBB, but he just had shorts on. He didn't have his kilt.
So we'll get him. And you always see the guys riding the bikes. A lot of that. You can't believe how many guys ride around down here with no shirts on their motorcycles. Shorts and no shirt.
And flip flops. They probably won't. If they ever go down, they'll never do that again.
Well, they probably never ride again. Have you ever seen a girl go down that had? There's some on Facebook. You can search it up. Girls that have been on a bike, passenger, and have gone down with shorts on, sandals on, not much of a top, and they're scarred for life. At least Jeans, like her, when she dropped her bike, she really doesn't really have any scars from her accident. And she didn't have much on. She just had a hoodie, some scrubs, and tennis shoes. But at least she had enough to where it covered her body.
I had three about the size of a quarter on my shoulder, my hip, and my knee. It's like just a skin mark,
Skin rash.
Yeah.
Road rash.
It wasn't road rash because I didn't have anything in it. It just, it didn't tear. I don't think it tore my pants or anything. But they cut
Also,
my shirt and everything.
Tell
off.
everybody his email change.
Yeah.
What did you change your email for?
Because he got a new
I mean, you didn't have to change the email
Facebook.
for.
He got a new YouTube name, a new all that. He got everything
You
new.
didn't have to. You gotta tell me you want a new password. Forgot my
Does
password.
your bike have that shut off rear cylinder engine when idling?
Yes, but it doesn't do it anymore with my love jugs.
Sloan. Yeah, that's him. Sloan. Couldn't remember his name, but that's him. Have you ever had a bird strike? Pooped on us.
I might have had one hit the windshield before. But we've never.
On a bike?
I had a hornet hit me, did my shirt.
It hit him in the chest and then went down his jacket he had on.
Came to an instant stop. She's like, "What are you doing? What are you doing?" I'm
Jumping around.
stung me about 4 times. Good thing I'm not allergic to it. We were out in the middle of nowhere in California.
That's good. Yeah, Neil's all set up. There's Emery. How you doing? Are you ready for us on Sunday?
You want another beer or you want
No, I'm okay.
I'll do one more just seconds.
I'm good.
Oh, she didn't have to.
Yeah, because we had a $50 thing.
That's
Did you
fine.
take that off?
Okay, that's
Okay.
fine. If she already paid it, that's fine.
Okay.
I'll do the beer.
That's okay.
And we were comp $50 here. And she picked it up, which is fine. I don't want to
Bob, I had to change because I was hacked and they were controlling my old email.
Okay.
Yep, all good. Got a truckload, laugh out loud. There you go.
Are we gonna get it all in the back of the trailer though?
it?
Well, that's why I said if worst come to worst, I can open up the bed cover, take it off, put it in the trailer, take everything out of the back of the truck, which is only 2 propane tanks, my air pump, and some miscellaneous crap in the back. Could all be jammed in the trailer. So we could end up putting one in the trailer and one in the back of the truck if worst comes to worst.
It depends on where we're out, Ralph. We do have one. And if we're at a place where we're not sure, or we got to park kind of far away and there's not a whole lot of activity, we'll
Normally,
use
when we
OLL.
in the campground, we put the cover over the bike. We got that Honda motorcycle cover that we put on our motorcycle. No, it's a Harley one. They always say that. We made that joke one time that somebody said, what's one of the best ways to stop stealing a motorcycle? Put a Honda motorcycle cover on your Harley. But no, we put the cover on it and we got the clamp underneath. We tie it to the front wheel. So somebody's got to go to a little bit of work to steal our bike. Now, when we used to go to Laughlin because they had so many motorcycles stolen, we always put the fork lock on. And
Wow, I bet. Crap on a Cracker said he got struck by a bird, broke his sunglasses, and felt like he got hit with a beanbag.
I bet.
Mm. Yes, he did. I remember that one time when we went on the ride and a bird hit your mirror on the right side. Oh, Art said.
Yeah.
You know.
And so, yeah, crazy stuff happens when you're on a motorcycle.
Right.
You always got to be
Get the thumbs up.
prepared. That's what happened to her. That's why she put a full face helmet on, because a rock flew up and hit the windshield.
And the truck I was driving.
So since she thought the next day when she was riding a motorcycle, she thought, if that rock would have came up and hit me in the head, showing where
A half helmet,
The half
or a
helmet.
quarter helmet, whatever they're called.
and so she decided, I had this other helmet at home that I never wore, and full face, and she's like, well, I'm gonna wear that helmet. And then she had that wreck. It skinned
Within
it down.
2 weeks.
Both sides were skinned down to the white. We used to have that helmet. I think we still got that helmet or not, or we threw it away.
I think we threw it away.
And
The state park is very nice. It reminds me of when we used to take the kids camping, because a lot of places you camp now, it's like you're camping in a parking lot. There's no trees. There might be a
kind
little
of like
one
going
here
to
and there.
Sturgis.
So yeah, it's like back in the woods and there's trees all over.
And even when you go through it, it's like a canopy of trees when you
Yeah.
drive through the campground to get into the state park.
Yeah.
And it's just really cool. The only bad thing is everybody's got a freaking dog now. You got freaking kids running around. 10:30 last night, we pulled in with the bike, and there's kids running down the street in the dark. Out here, they don't believe in street lights. But at the 17, when you're driving through the main part of town, it is dark. And it's very dangerous, especially if you've had a few beers and you're out there driving. You got to be very, very careful here.
So we've seen the most pulled over by police officers is golf carts.
Golf carts are what they're doing is golf carts in most of these beach communities, Florida and stuff like that. You can drive your golf cart on 35 and under speed limits. Well, they let you cross the highways here. You can go with the traffic light, you can cross over. Well, what's happening is on the 17, the business 17, there's a lot of places, a lot of campgrounds. Well, on one side of the road, there's way off the road. It's probably 100 feet off the road. There's trails that look like they're just dirt trails. And people ride bicycles on and they ride the golf carts. Well, these people now are riding on the edge of the road where their tires are like this far from being
the
on the
white
white
line.
line, driving down the road. Well, these cops, you're on the right of way of this. And so we've seen 4 golf carts being
Pulled
ticketed
over.
for driving on the road. So you're driving a vehicle, even though it's got a license plate, it's a slow moving vehicle. And some of the down here, I don't know if Myrtle's that way, but Florida's that way. You don't have to have a license plate. You just got to put one of those triangles on it. See,
Slow
our
moving
golf
vehicle.
cart actually has a
License
license
plate.
plate on it. So it's a registered
And
vehicle.
it's got
with insurance.
headlights and
Yeah.
blinkers and brake lights.
But do they make you have a license plate? Or can you get away with just the caution on the back? Okay. Yeah. And one of the people that were here earlier, they live local, and they were like, "Yeah, you can't believe how many golf carts are driving out there on the highway." And because it's awful when you're in Myrtle Beach, in Panama City, because on Beachfront Road, most golf carts run between 24 and 32 miles an hour. Most of them are closer to 24. So here's 35 miles an hour, and the traffic's all backed up. And you finally get up there, there's a freaking golf cart putting along.
At 20 miles
You
an
know,
hour.
pull over, dude. Let us go around you. But no, they're down the middle of the road. So what other comments you got?
So Joe said him and his wife were married at that state park we're staying at.
Oh, okay.
That's kind of cool.
It was packed today with Mother's Day. Lots of barbecues going on. There was, when we left this morning, we left about 7:30, quarter to 8 to go down to the Beaver Bar to have our breakfast. And there was already people there hogging up the tables and stuff, putting their, one guy had a
There's Dawn.
sling. What is that?
Hammock.
Hammock. I said, that dude probably got there last night at 10 o'clock and pitched his hammock so he make sure he got his picnic table.
I had a bee hit my forehead and bounce off and got
Mm.
stung behind the ear. Oh,
That hurts.
yeah. Anything. Well, somebody asked if we had a ready to bug. I remember one time going into Laughlin, I was on my Sportster, and we went through this well, you could kind of see a haze up ahead. You didn't know what it was, and you rode through it. And it was locusts, and it was like, and it was like, oh,
How was it again?
It was nasty.
Oh, I thought you were gonna show us the sound effects again. Wasn't
Yeah.
grasshoppers.
It was close
And
enough.
we've had that when we've traveled to Sturgis before, that there's been swarms of grasshoppers. Now she's got a phobia of grasshoppers.
I hate grasshoppers. Seventeen, you need to change my. Oh, I know. Okay, he's on here now. Can you change it?
Yeah.
Bob said he tried, but he couldn't.
Are
he couldn't
you?
find
What are you
anywhere.
on? Is
Right
this,
there.
Are you this Facebook or you?
That's Facebook. Go back. No, I thought oh, here it is. All right. So Bob's
It
gonna
says
change it.
he's already. It says Neil.
Yeah,
Oh,
but
he
he's
wants
got
to-
both. He wants this one in a
Oh.
duet. I guess that's Karen. I don't know. I can't. He's got my phone. That dude on the hammock was probably Scooter Tramp Scotty. There,
Would
Neil.
have been. All right, he should have it now.
Okay, Neil, you should have it. At least a turkey can't eat. You can eat if you hit a turkey. That's true.
Yeah. Got
It's
a
really
plucky
tough
mill.
to get a spot at the park. They have nice cabins for rent there also. Yeah, that one big one when you first come in. I don't know if they have any other ones.
I don't know.
I
That
know
big
it's
one, I
that
don't know if
big
that-
one when you first come in and you go down the
I would
hill.
imagine they have more. Remember there was some. Oh, there was that road back there when you come through the park. It said it was for
Oh,
cabins only.
yeah, I
So
guess.
there must be cabins back in that road.
Okay.
And so yeah, but we're hoping that's why we were looking for a sponsor. If somebody wanted to put the $1,000 bill for Myrtle Beach for next year,
Myrtle Beach?
we need to book it before we leave,
Yeah.
or we won't be coming back
Because
because they'll be sold out. So they let you book a year in advance, so we can book it when we leave. So that's the best we can do. If not, we won't
Camp
be coming
5 is
back.
free camping. Yep, it is.
Yep,
Down
Camp
in
5. That's where
Scooter Tramp Scotty stays.
Yep, and we've had last year they had Johnny on the Spot stick put down there.
How
That's the
about that?
first time they've done that. So at least you had some porta potties.
It's like a federal, it's like
Federal land.
BLM. And they
You can
put,
camp down there for free. There's no utilities or nothing like that, but it's a hill. You go down this hill and you go across this little creek and you can park wherever you want. If you get down there early, they got some nice spots, but it's a little bit of a hill going down. But going into it, I think it's asphalt. And then once you pass the parking lot, then it turns into gravel and dirt. But that's why we always tell people when people say, oh, it costs too much to go to churches. That's only one place. There's a bunch, there's another 2, 3 more places in Deadwood you can stay for free up on the hill. And that's free federal land. I have a whole list of places that you can stay. The Badlands, right outside the Badlands, all that on the left side is all free. Yep. Neat.
YouTube, we're doing a live. You want to come and say hi? Come back over here behind us.
Yeah. Come here. 20,000. We're a motorcycle channel, so you're going to get people to come in and ask for you here at the rally. So we're covering for that. So tell us your first name.
I'm Michaela.
And are you local?
No, I live in London.
Oh, how old are you? Are you married? You got a boyfriend?
Yes, I love him so much.
Could you find a new boyfriend if he came in?
I can talk to people.
There you go. Come in and ask for you. There we go. We got another one.
Even in Australia.
Yeah. We had an Australian one.
Yeah.
All
Okay.
So they want to know what you think of her. She looks good.
Yes. So do you have the little, yeah, you've got a, yeah. I saw and talked
Somebody
to
comes
Scooter
with a
Tramp
lot of money.
Scotty at the
Honey,
pizza
would you like
place.
to be married?
That's
You
where
never
we
have to work
saw
here
him.
again.
We saw him there too. And he talked to us for a long time. Thanks, Bob, for changing and adding this account. Okay, there you go. Neil got on. She's hired, Neil said.
Oh, they want to know what you think of her.
Yeah, she wants to know what you think of her.
Brewski. I got me a brewski. There we go. And
Oh, here's Art. I don't believe you asked her that. Laugh out loud.
oh yeah, because all you guys are asking all the time. When we were here before, they always ask that question. How old are they? I can't believe I can't believe the girls, they can serve liquor. 18
Yeah.
and 19 years old.
She just gave you
The
the
other one was
beer.
18.
Yeah.
So the other girl's 18. The
Yeah.
first rider. I guess they hear maybe they can serve when they're 18 or something. No, I don't know. It's got to be 21 to drink here, don't you? Beer? I don't know. Maybe you can be 18.
Steve don't know. He's of age.
You know,
Guard me. I love it. I go to Total Wine. No, Steve, just get.
Yeah, just pay and get out.
He's got one of those old MasterCards with two circles. They're like, dude, you're so old. We don't even need to card you.
Please card me.
She can't even get the ones where it says we card over 30, under 30. So,
Bob and Tam. So I'm single. If I win a trip for 21, do I get to go twice?
hey, why not?
Yeah.
So, just like her, she said, oh, I got a really serious boyfriend. You know, if somebody came in here with a whole lot of money, good looking guy, got a nice big old Harley out there, and says, honey,
Yes.
you never have to work a day in your life. Could be that. You never say never.
Ralph wants to know if she dates grandpas.
Probably not. I wouldn't want to ask her that.
Looks like that one tasty brew, Bob.
Yep. Some Dos
It's
Equis.
so cold. It's 26.5 right now. Yeah, that's what it says up there on the thing. I don't know if you can
Somebody
see it.
had 3 beers.
No,
I
I
only had
didn't.
2.
I
My
only
second
had
one.
2. I only had 2.
Tomorrow morning.
Yep.
Call in
Steve's
sick.
got to work.
Call in sick tomorrow.
No, I'll be at Myrtle Beach.
Check making sure those dudes don't get in the girls' bathroom. Turn around and go somewhere else. I'm old, but not that old.
So how many people we got on?
61.
He's been not bad tonight.
Yep.
Getting back up to that 100 we used to have. I know it's not the most exciting rally in the world, but we gave you guys plenty of time. I actually gave you 2 or 3 days to let you know we were going to go live. We'd already set this up.
And it is Mother's Day, though.
Yeah, so, get your mother on. And she can come on.
Oh, my
Let's
back.
see how many bikers right off the road to the tree.
We got adjusted by Dr. Tina today.
Yeah.
She's the chiropractor down here.
Why not? You asked her if she would leave her boyfriend. Well, because I figured you guys would want to know all that.
I have 57 and sweating my butt off. Neil's gonna melt before he gets down to Sturgis this year.
Yeah.
Pam, you're reading it wrong. I'm so single. If I won a trip
For
for
2,
I
I would
would-
have to go twice.
Oh,
That's 21. She didn't get a master's degree for nothing.
I'm dyslexic, so I
That's
just.
her excuse.
Well, I do. I don't know.
Art's got to come
Well,
on one of
there's
us.
61 and I
He
only
won't
see
go.
2.
He's not planning on going this year to
62
Sturgis.
now.
He says next year he guarantees he's going to come to Sturgis next year.
It's
So we'll
Mother's
see.
Day drunk up Tim. I've only had 2,
Yeah.
and they were little ones.
See, Art's one of these guys. That's why me and Art got along so good. Art's one of these guys. Never ask where we go riding. All he wants to do is let's go riding. Never ask me where we're going. All he ever does, I don't know if he's still smoking or not. He always wanted to stop for a smoke break, and he always wanted. He doesn't drink. He used to drink a lot, and he don't drink anymore. He drank when he was in the service and got in trouble, and he quit drinking. And he's had a beer every now and then, but what? Give her a card. Yes. No.
Oh, okay. Well, it's any bike week. We travel across the United States.
I'm scared to go on a bike, but I'm scared of
Yeah.
it's my dad. I haven't, I gave him 5 free rides because he really wants me to go with him. But I'm just scared.
Well, if you watch our channel, we will show you what rally does he want to go to.
What?
Does he have a particular rally he wants to go to? No. Just wants to go
Ride's the
riding.
hardest, Harley.
Okay, wear a helmet, be careful.
You have to believe. In, you too, thanks. And a mechanical warranty on your truck. Do you have or believe in a mechanical warranties on your truck?
No. Extended warranty, these ones that they're selling on the internet now, the idea is what's happens with most of these things is they don't cover what needs to be covered. The problem is they rebuild your transmission, they don't replace the clutches. So you got to pay for that part. they might pay for the torque converter, but they're not going to pay for this or that. And there's so much. Well, that's why they always tell you now when you watch those commercials, it saved me this, it saved me that. You also have to watch, they put used parts or sometimes they put it in your car. They get remanufactured parts. They're not putting new parts on your car. So these extended warranties, I always tell people, if you take care of your car, it's like us. We've never really had anything major other than motorcycle that's had major trouble with any of the cars. Heck, I got a Ford Ranger sitting at home. It's got 176,000 miles on it. We got a Mustang sitting at home with a V6. It's got 128,000. We have a family truckster, which is a 2004 Ford Expedition that has 190,000 miles on it. And none of them have had any major motor work done to it. But we change oil every 3,000 miles. The ones we don't drive a lot, twice a year they get changed. Just do the light maintenance work. We buy good quality gas. Put additives in the tank if it sits
Don't
for
go
a
to
while.
7-Eleven.
I don't buy 7-Eleven gas. And that's a whole other story. If you missed that one, the another night. So yeah, we just don't. We've been really lucky. And out of all the cars we've ever really owned, we've had some transmission issues. And I wonder about my truck now. It seems to be jumping out of gear off and on. So I don't know if we're gonna have some transmission trouble soon or not. Hopefully not. Hopefully we get home and just see what's going on. But I mean, but no, I do not believe in. It's just like my Harley. I bought an extended warranty from Harley Davidson for $2,000 and never used it. Never needed it. And a year after it happened, then I started having trouble.
Have to show us.
Well, you can actually go out and buy them for about $800. You go directly to the manufacturer and buy them. And we don't talk about that. You can email us, and I'll actually give you the page. And actually, it's called a Harley Davidson Extended Warranty.
Well, if you look at those Car Shield commercials and all that, there are all these movie stars talking about it and how great it is and how wonderful it is, and they love it. They all got brand new cars, and if it breaks, what are they gonna do? They're just gonna touch it, toss it, and get a new car. They're not gonna get it fixed. They don't have that warranty. They're just being paid to tell you
It's like
that
that's
crap.
like Tom Selleck telling people to use that
Reverse mortgage.
reverse mortgage. Yeah. Yeah. And they believe
So
it
Joe,
because
you'll have to show us that. He said there's if we checked out Highway 31, 70 miles an hour to Highway 9 to Highway 544 bypass around the stop and go town.
what are we doing?
It's I guess it's a ride. Somebody told us about
Oh, it's a 70-mile ride, or you go 70 miles
70
an hour.
miles an hour. Yeah.
No. So he's saying go out 31 to the 9 to the 544. That's down in Socket.
He said bypass around the stop and go of town. Oh, I guess that's to go around. What do I want to
So
say?
we went to
Oh.
Little River. So we did do that. There was a video on that the other day. We did. I think it was yesterday morning that video came out. So it tells you we went up to Beach House Harley, and on the way back we stopped at. We actually went down a couple of little beach roads. We went to one beach road. Is that the one where it's all houses and stuff down there? Okay, we went there, and but there was no businesses down there. We crossed the bridge, and there was a Joe's Crab Shack or something. Yeah, and there was a few things there. But
And
then once you got
Ocean Island or something.
yeah. So we went out and rode through that. Yeah, there was nothing down. It was neat. It's neat if you want to go down and see what condos look like. Houses on stilts, all new stuff.
So Rad Dudes Barbecue in Conway, we were told to go to. That somebody told us that today. That girl in
Somebody she yacked to at
right next door.
Bass Pro Shop for like an hour.
Oh my gosh, she wouldn't quit.
Just walk away. I gotta go.
I
My husband's
did.
gone. I
I
don't know where he
kept
went.
saying, I don't know where he went. Oh, and she just kept going on.
Oh, he's
and on and
paging
on.
me. I gotta go. I'm about to pee my pants. I gotta run and see you. Where's your bathroom at?
Little video looked great. Little River looked nice. Hi, Tony Hoffman. Who said that? Somebody said hi to Tony. Huffman. Here, no. And wear the boots. I don't know what that means. I don't know if we're caught up on that or not. Do you come to OC Bike event? We might. Is that Michael Adams? Is that the guy that, he's the one that asked about sponsoring us, I think, wasn't he? Michael, are you the one that asked about sponsoring us down here in Myrtle Beach? I think that was the name. I'm not sure. But we're talking about
Ocean
OC.
City, but we don't know. Problem with Ocean City is there's nothing there. There's 400 vendors. There's a 45 block long boardwalk, and most of the bars charge to get into it for entertainment. So the more I'm hearing, we were kind of thinking about flying in, renting a car, but same thing. We would be spending about $1,000 to $1,500 to cover something for 4 days.
I would love to go to Australia.
I would like to do OC, just say that we've done it, been there, and give you our opinion on it.
Never been.
But I know for vendors, it's a big money maker for vendors.
We're fine, Tony. That's Karen. Okay, I guess Karen and Tony are talking. Yes, that's him. Okay. So we messaged you. Is that what you did? Message him?
Did you get I sent you a message through Messenger, through Facebook, if you got that. Because here's the deal. If you want to sponsor the campground, we have to pay for it before we leave on Sunday. Because they will take our spot, it'll be gone. You got to book a year in advance to get this spot. So it's like $928 what it's going to end up being with taxes.
Did you send him our phone number?
Yes, I sent you the phone number and our email. So you can call us and see what you want to do. And basically what you get for your company is every video that we do during Myrtle Beach next year, you will be said on the beginning of the video, this video is being sponsored by XYZ company. During the video, if you want us to give you like a 15-second plug, you type it up and we read that. And then at the end, we say the same thing. And that's how we don't normally do it. And here we do a video at least every day. So here we started 2 days before the rally. And one day we got 2 videos out.
I think we started Monday. We got here Monday, I think.
Okay. So you get.
So probably Tuesday was the first video.
So we're here about 13 days. So you actually get 13 days worth of coverage on Myrtle Beach. And that's what you get in return for the compensation. It really isn't bad for how many videos. It's less than, I think it's like $150 a video. Maybe less than that by the time we get.
Shovel and Big Dog Canine went to check out our road glides today. It's your fault. Shovel and Big Dog Canine went to check out. There we go. So you guys will be down here tomorrow, Joe? Ever see a bear or a wolf on your travels? A bear. I guess we've
Finally.
seen wolves.
Yeah, we've seen a lot of wolves. Coyotes and wolves we've seen.
My dream trip is still 61 and Route 66. Then check John Wayne's Alamo movie set. Then over to Tombstone. We've been to Tombstone. Haven't checked John Wayne's Alamo set. I don't know where it's
pretty
at.
far out. There's another western town out there too that a guy is starting to rebuild out by Tombstone. That might be the same one.
Can I call in the morning? Yes, you can.
Maybe I'll do another tea. Unsweet iced tea with some extra sugar. Oh, thank you.
Okay, thank you.
She bought me a drink.
How about that? The little girl that just asked. She must have told her dad about it. Maybe her dad watches us. I don't know. Yes, Michael, you can call in the morning. He's in Pennsylvania, so he's on East Coast time, right? Okay. So yeah.
Anytime after 8.
9.
What?
I'll turn on the phone and give it to you. I get to sleep in tomorrow. Yes.
Place to be. And
you can get up and work on your video, and you can talk to Michael.
I don't have much of a video to work on.
Well,
just download a new video. We haven't didn't film much today.
I know. I don't know Yellowstone and Northern Montana Grizzlies. Yeah, the one we saw was up in
Oregon.
Washington,
Oregon. Yeah, well, we didn't realize till
it was a bigger cub.
Yeah, it wasn't full size, but it was nowhere near a baby cub. He was pretty big. And so
we came around the corner.
He come galloping around, and by the time he got across the road, we both looked at each other.
And we both looked.
He was walking. What he was doing was
it's
walking.
A bear, and then we were both looking for a camera, and then he was gone. It was like
we were in a car. So that's the first bear. Now we have seen on the bike too. We've seen 3 eagles now. Yes. That was the other thing. I've never seen an eagle in the wild that I could prove was an eagle. A lot of times you see hawks and all kinds of stuff like that. So that was the first time we actually got. So we've done really good. When we went up the coast this last time, we seen orcas. We've seen 3 of them, and we've seen 2
gray whales.
So that was really neat. We've seen moose. We've seen elks. Lots of turkeys, groundhogs, armadillos, skunks, turtles. And don't know if there's anybody else we missed. Foxes, antelope. The first year we went to Sturgis, going through Wyoming, we must have seen 1,000 antelope on the road, in the gutter, on the side of the
Yeah,
road.
right next to
And it's
the
like we've never
highway.
seen that before. After that, going all
That
our
was,
trip
must
riding.
have been on the 80s.
It was the first
Wasn't
time.
the 90s.
Yeah, first time we went by ourselves. And it's like, what's that in there? Holy crap! They're right there by the road. They're gonna kill it. You know, they're gonna kill us
Thanks.
if they go
And you
wild.
need more white sugar? Oh, there you
No,
go.
she brought
Thank
more.
you.
And so it was. So
Got the
we've
same
seen.
little girl? She got glasses on top of her head. She looks a lot different without the glasses on.
I don't know. Or is that the other girl? I don't know. I don't know if that's the girl that came over here at class, or is that the same girl we've had all the time?
I don't
Well, she knew I got on sweet tea, so
Yeah.
do you think it's a different girl? Oh,
Well, how'd she know you wanted sugar?
listen, maybe I said it.
If your RVs are rocking, you shouldn't bother knocking. Nope. That's a clear sign. That's kind of cool. Come where I live on garbage day and you will see bears, Karen says.
Well, you've seen that in California too, but we never seen same thing with lions. We have not coyotes, but cougars up in California that come. Mountain lions, they come down. I actually put a picture the other day on our Sturgis page that showed that they found one in Spearfish, in the city of Spearfish. There was a cougar walking around. But see, what happens to these animals is they get used to finding trash day and they pull the trash cans over, and all we ever had was raccoons just getting our trash.
There's a couple spots that Dancing with Wolves are at. One is off Spearfish Canyon, where you go to Rochford Falls. You keep going straight out that road, and it turns. Don't take your motorcycle back there. It's like pretty much just a. No, we didn't. We had the truck, I think. But anyway, that was the ending scene where they were in the snow. And then that Fort Hayes out there going toward between Rapid City and Bearzilla. That's part of Dancing with Wolves.
That was the
They
office
said there's
and all
another
that.
one off the 90, 150 miles east.
Well, see that 1856 or 46 town is not from the movie set, because I looked
for
that
that
up.
drink, $20. The girl paid for it, Art. The waitress said that's on me. How about that? You tell a waitress, Art said not for her to spend her money, her hard-earned money, and
Oh.
I'll buy that drink. All righty.
Actually, we had a $50 tab here anyway that the manager gave us. So it ended up being
Joey's wife.
Joey, all about customs, paid
me
for
my
our
water.
meal. And so it was like, we probably didn't spend $50 already to start with. So when she came over and said, oh, she paid the bill, I don't know if the girl knew we had a $50 tab or not. But I didn't want to go back over there and say anything to her, because they paid us dinner, and
That's a cool movie.
let them feel good about it. They paid us dinner, and that's fine, and we appreciate that.
It's a house cat. Oh my gosh. I guess if you raise it as a cub, maybe. I don't know. Still don't know if I
Well, you can go
trust it.
see the guys down in Las Vegas. They had their kitty until he bit his head off. What was those guys' names?
Siegfried and Roy.
Yeah, it was Roy. I think he got.
Yeah.
The tiger bit his head.
Wow.
I guess he's
Walmart
still. I
Spearfish
guess
is
he's still
different.
alive. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, he's not quite all there.
I don't know.
I think there are bears in South Dakota. I do know there are rattlesnakes in South Dakota because
There's
Charlie got
bears
bit by
in South
one.
Dakota. Get up in the mountains and stuff. I don't know what they got, black or gray or grizzlies.
Oh man, I gotta stand up. Oh
So
really?
they say they got bears here. You got an alligator. They caught an alligator in the Myrtle Beach sewer line. They might crawl up through your toilet, so make sure you look before you sit. Might have a snapper there, the wrong kind
That's
of
why I
snapper.
don't like to go
The
to.
wrong kind of snapper.
I don't like those pit toilets. I hate sitting on those because I'm always afraid there's something gonna come up and
But a pit toilet's so far down, they
I don't know. It's still what
That's like
campground you
you
guys
drop
stay
your
at?
turd and you hear like 10 minutes
Here
later.
we're at right now here in Myrtle Beach we stay at the state park.
Yes, we're at the
park.
state park, and we
It
really
is
like it
nice.
there. What's nice about it is it's right smack in the middle of what's going on. We're right across the street from the dealership, and we don't
Otherwise
have
it'll be
sewer
gone.
hookup. They have sewer spots, but we've never been able to get any of those reserved for this long of a period. In the state park? Seen that.
What's the Himalaya?
You know, there's a castle there. What are you talking about, Huntington Beach? Or are you talking? Yeah, Huntington Beach has, yeah, they have the concrete bit. Because Huntington Beach is too far.
Boomer, give me with this and I'll give you my phone number.
You're talking among yourselves.
Okay. All right. Hank needs a shot of Fireball for Mother's Day. Eli would be proud. Yeah, I know. He's got that.
We invited him up here tonight. I don't know what happened to him. They didn't come up.
Now this is water now. The Harley dealer. It's right across from the Harley dealer. That's the state park.
So it's the Myrtle Beach Harley dealer. There's two dealerships here. The other one's called Beachfront or something. What's the other one up here called? Beach Harley is the one they own two here. Beach Harley's the next one. And then the farthest one, which is in North Carolina, which isn't owned by these guys, is called Beach House Harley.
That's in North Carolina.
Yeah. So we're across from the Myrtle Beach home store.
So Rowan, what kind of snakes do you have in Australia? He said the American snakes are nothing compared to the snakes in Australia.
If you come over here, if you're good with snakes, come over here to Florida. You get paid like $1,000 for every boa constrictor you catch. You can catch it dead. They don't care. Because they're so massive, they're eating everything.
Buffalo chased my pooch on track to state park. Scary. That must have been at Custer State Park. So if any of you are coming to this area or want to get in contact with us, here's our contact information.
And this is actually our email. If you just go to bobandtams.com, it takes you to our website. You can contact us through there too. But our email is actually just as it's written here. Contact us. I think it confuses people because when I put it on, we also have the bobandtams@yahoo.com. And I think that's who I sent to Mr. Adams at that address. Because a lot of people get really confused about this contact us at Bob and Tam. So they go to the bobandtams.com, which is our website, which isn't totally done. But you can click on that for information and it sends it to our email too. And then we can email you back through there too. So that works too. Another option. Who knows? Anything glad to help out. I'm thinking on heading out after Milwaukee, or I might go class reunion, then head out. So, or if you're talking to us, but that's what we are. As soon as Milwaukee's over, we're heading to Sturgis. We're open to get into Sturgis on about July 19th. And now we get to stay at the Buffalo Chip. So we're there because we're residents of the Buffalo Chip. So we get to stay there through the rally. We'll be there even after the rally. So we won't be moving around at all this year compared to the last few years. We bounced around. We've stayed in Rapid City, a couple places. We stayed at the Moose. We stayed at a few different campgrounds in Sturgis because if you're coming early in Sturgis, there's actually a lot of places you can get really good discounts before the rally, before the week before. You got to get there about 3 weeks before the rally to get really good, cheap prices. Then we're going to start our great price. Tobacco Road, Harley in Raleigh. That is actually our dealership from Las Vegas owns that one. So we haven't got to check that out. So what did you think about Tobacco Road, Harley Davidson? Did you like what you've seen there? We haven't been there yet. What's unique about our dealerships, the gentleman that owns our dealership, he owns them in Mesa. He owns them in Las Vegas. He's got all the Las Vegas ones. He's got one in, our closest one is in, I think it's a town just north of us. I don't know, my mind's blank. Owns that one. And then he bought this one in North Carolina, Raleigh's, North Carolina. So what makes him so different is each one of his dealerships, he lets them run like they want to. So some of his dealerships sell at MSRP. Some of them, like the one on Las Vegas Strips, they really up the price. If you want to buy it on Las Vegas Strips, you're going to pay more money for it. And so it's kind of, at first when I heard it, I thought, that's really screwy. But actually in Vegas, it's great because you might be that out of 3 dealerships, you're going to find one you're probably going to like. So really interesting. Now the owner now, Cam, I'll have to tell you I'm bad with names. Because you got to talk to the new owner since they changed the name. New owner's name, Joe I don't know. She'll be back in a minute. She's at the bathroom. She'll tell you. Here she comes. She'll tell you his name. His last name starts with an M. They have with names. What's the name of our owner of our Harley dealer? What's the name of our owner's Harley dealer? John Marino? Moretti. Is that who you talked to? They just went to Tobacco Harley
Oh,
Davidson.
Tobacco Road, yeah.
That's our dealership, our owner. So he said he got to talk to the owner.
Oh, wow,
Said he's a
yeah.
really good guy. So I was asking if that's
John.
who he talked to, John.
Tom Morati.
If you talk to him, you talk to him. And he wears blue jeans, a t-shirt. You'd never know this guy. He actually, the Kingman, that's where our dealership's at. He lives in Kingman.
Yeah.
He's the nicest guy in the world. He won't go on camera, but he's like, whatever you guys want to do, you got my blessing. Go in my dealership. You can hang out, do whatever you want.
Joe Casey says, great, Bob. They have great price drag racing museum upstairs. Is that the tobacco?
Mm-hmm.
All righty. Good night, Karen. Love you too. Sorry we didn't get to meet up with you in Daytona or Leesburg or anything. We even went to, oh, she's blowing us a kiss. You can't see the picture on here, but so have a good night, Karen. It's Highway 61 through parts of Wisconsin. I know you have to ask Neil.
I think they're asking.
Yeah, that's him. Not long after he took over the dealership. Okay.
And he's a really great guy.
Down to earth.
You don't see him very often. So we have the general manager that's in charge of all the stores. He's in Kingman, Tony. So we're sitting in the office talking to him, and I'm like, we'd really love to meet the owner. He said, he really don't come in very often. Oh crap, there he is. And he said, come on, John,
He
come on
just
in
walked
here.
past his office.
We wanted
as
you
he
to
was
meet
saying,
these
"Hey,
guys,
whatever,
these
sitting
YouTubers, and I just shook your hand and all this. And he talked to us a few minutes, and we're like, "What? Do you want to go on camera? Hey, you want to go on camera?" He's like, "Oh, no." He says, "You got my blessing to do anything you want at any of my dealerships. Don't worry about it." But what's weird about it is we don't call him or we don't call Tony.
We call the GM.
Yeah, we have to call the GM of each dealership, and then if any of them give us trouble, I call somebody else, and then he calls somebody else, and well, we never have any trouble.
No, we
all of
have
the
never.
GMs at all of the dealerships. What are you? Oh, I don't know at the rat hole. We went over there Friday. There wasn't much going on. I think it's the rat hole's not going to kick off till next Friday or Saturday before it really gets anything going. We'll see. We'll go over there and see. Rat hole is if you watch the video a few years ago, the rat hole girls are from the rat hole.
Amen.
Well, Highway 61 just started south of Manitoba. So I guess that's where I'm going to start. There you go, Boomer. I don't know where highway.
In Wisconsin.
Oh, that's right. Neil should know where that is, all that stuff.
So, anybody else have any more questions? What time is it?
It is 8:56, so it's been almost 2 hours.
Almost time to quit.
And there are 64 people on. Don't forget to give us a thumbs up if you're on. And if you have any more questions, let us know here.
This will be your
I'm
coming
coming
up.
down on June 20th. I'll fly into Minneapolis, then pick up the bike at St. Croix, Harley Davidson in New Richmond, just across the border in Wisconsin. There you go. So, oh, that's Neil. Does the rat hole get crazy? When we were there last year,
2 years ago. We didn't go last year.
they
No.
had videos playing of years past, and it looked like it was a wild, crazy place. Now, when we went there 2 years ago,
We went
nothing
first,
like that
we
happened.
went on one night. I don't know what night it was. And there was a few people out there doing the contest, pushing the barrel or whatever they were doing, slow rolling or whatever they were doing. And so the guy that does the announcing, they call him Cowboy or call him something. I don't know what he's called. He says, come back on Saturday. We went over there on Saturday afternoon, and I'm starting to look, and we're filming, and I'm like, this is the same freaking people that were here when we were here the other day. So when they got done, I'm like, who are you guys? Oh, we're the carnies that stay in the trailers in the back. We do the games until people want to get involved. And I'm like, we're out of here. So not saying that it doesn't get crazy there. We didn't seem crazy.
But the videos they played of years past, which I don't know, was it 5 years ago, 10 years ago, 20 years
100
ago?
years ago,
I don't know. But it was
packed.
and a lot of
Craziness.
A lot of things were blurred out. So there, if that tells you anything.
They're only in the county. They're not in the city limits of anything. So they're supposed to be able to get away with it. When you're on private property, you can get away with a little bit more. You're kind of like in an industrial, because when you come in a place, you don't even realize you're going between a bunch of businesses to get
Right.
back to the place. And they got a bar back there that's inside, pool table and all kinds of stuff in there. It's kind of a neat looking bar, nothing fancy. They had a pavilion off to the side. Last time we were there, it used to be Mexi Philly. They had a booth there and they quit having it years ago. And so I don't know what it is. We'll go back this week sometime and check out what's going on over there. I'm not expecting much. They got some bike shows. I think Thursday they're having a stunt show over at SBB. I'll be over there to do that. I think it's 1 o'clock. We're gonna be over there to film that. A couple bike shows going on. They're supposed to have a chopper show. We're gonna try to catch that. They got some sound competitions. We don't cover that.
Can't film anything of it. I mean, because you guys can't hear the sound because we can't put it on because
And all the
playing
bikes
music
look
and
about
it's
the
all
same
copyrighted.
anyway. So we don't do nothing with that. Other than that, that's about all that's going on. There's a handful of concerts and bands and stuff here. Excuse me, get the hiccups now.
How much beer?
Maybe.
No more beer for you.
Hmm.
Drink your tea. You gonna say anything else?
Look, the Cardinals are winning 4-1.
Woohoo! Go Cards.
Top of the sixth.
Say, may I ask what to say?
Sure. We didn't tell you? We have a YouTube channel. We follow motorcycle rallies, and I don't have any more cards. I'll give you a sticker. How about that?
Do you have like a page or something?
Yeah.
I'll give you one of our stickers.
This is, you go to YouTube. Bob and Tam's Excellent Adventures. That's us.
I can put this on my server book.
There you go.
Okay, there you go.
And our little waitress. Want to get more information on this? Last time, because the actual manager that said all this stuff, he was the daytime manager. Normally he's here when we come in, but he left and had, I don't know who the other manager is. Nobody ever did come over and talk
Very
to
much.
us.
Thank you, Art.
Art's going home.
Yeah, I guess they're all saying goodnight. See you
Oh,
later.
yeah, Art's early.
He just told me Happy Mother's Day. And he said to tell the girls. They both called today, so I got to talk to both my girls. And the boys, all 4 boys, I talked to them too. As soon as I get my next Harley on the road, my current one is a 1340, not good enough for a long trip. Yeah, and we've seen, believe it or not, we've seen people ride cross country on a Sportster. And they go to Sturgis and
We had a guy that rode from Texas to Sturgis a couple years ago on a 1200 Sportster. And I'm like, you are a man. You are a true man.
biker.
You know, and no matter what, when people say, you know, I rode this or rode that, it's like riding a chopper. Most of these people that have choppers don't ride them. They trailer them in. And it's like these guys, it's got the sound bikes and stuff. They're not right now. We rode a chopper once. A guy, Art was with us. There was a guy that had this old tricked out bike and stuff. And he talked all of us into riding his bike to the Grand Canyon. Heck, you rode this thing about 25 miles. It's like, I want my bike back. This thing is like every bump, you're like, oh. And that's just hitting, that's just hitting where the
Well, see you
concrete
maybe
connects in the
tomorrow.
road. And it's like, I forget, what was that guy's name?
John.
What's his name, John?
Mhm.
And
Maybe
it was
started
like,
with an M too. John Mirta.
and I don't know if Art still remembers that or not. He might remember his name.
He's
He was in the
he's in
service or something.
Arizona. He's in Arizona.
Oh.
He's in Phoenix or Scottsdale.
But it was like the hardest riding bike in the world. And it's great for running around town, or you're running around here going to shows and stuff, bars, but it's not a cross country bike.
Bums. We'll have to look at.
Yeah.
So they said Bums on Ocean Boulevard, north of the Sky Wheel, is a cool, laid-back restaurant on the ocean. Bums, B-U-M-M-Z. So I want to try that. Maybe we can get a couple of you guys that are coming down this week and go to that Rad Juice. We're going into proper. I've learned that. If you're talking about the city limits of Myrtle Beach, you say Myrtle proper. There's Life Neighbor 33. Life for Nave 33. I appreciate the compliment. I'm leaving the Sportster at home this year. Bought a 2011 Road King this year. All right, there you go. Does your wife gonna
he
ride
must
down
have
with
been the one that rode from Texas.
you? Oh, was he?
I guess, because
Oh,
he
yeah.
said he appreciated the
No,
comment. They said there was some guy we met. that I even filmed him and put him on because I was like, nobody's gonna believe a guy rode a Sportster from, and he's like, yeah, I rode it all the way. And she had a hard time just going 250 miles to Vegas on it.
Yeah.
It was like, I'm done. I'm getting back on your bike to ride around.
I rode it a few times up and down Willie's Hill. More than
Sweet Petunia.
I know. Yeah.
It's tough. I don't know if we could do a long haul again.
It'd be rough.
It's,
Both of us.
We're getting our seat fixed. We're getting our sheepskin fixed by Master Lugo. So I'll be able to put my sheepskin back on. And but we don't have the comfy seat on now. We've got the heated seat still on because I thought it was gonna be a little cooler down here when we first got here because we've been in Daytona. We've been in Daytona before when it was in the 30s a couple years ago. And I thought, I'll just leave the other seat on. We'll change it out when we get ready for Sturgis. And we're kind of missing it now. So we went over to Master Lugo, and he's sewing the straps on our old sheepskin. We'll put it back on the seats. And hopefully tomorrow they'll be done, and we'll, no big hurry. We'll stop by there tomorrow and see if we got them done.
14 hours the first day and 8 hours the second day from San Antonio.
There you go. That's some serious riding.
I guess your wife didn't ride with you, huh?
No, he was by himself. And but I mean, that's a dedicated person. When people always say, "Oh, you don't ride your bike," my brother-in-law used to always call mine a sofa on wheels.
Couch on wheels.
And when we used to ride it all the time, but
he had a soft tail.
Yeah, he had a soft tail.
And when we said we got a motorcycle, he's like, "That ain't no motorcycle. That's a couch on wheels."
She used to sleep on it. She don't do it anymore. But when we first got the bike, she used to be bang.
I'm supposed to be working.
She used to sleep. I'd slow down at the light and bang, her helmet would hit the back of mine. And I go, "You're sleeping again." She goes, "I guess." I said, you know where we're at? No. I guess you're sleeping.
On my old
My
bike.
daughter did the same thing when she rode the first time on the back of my bike.
My sister-in-law did the same thing.
Yeah.
Kim, wake up. She's hitting my helmet, knocking me.
2 hours and 6 minutes.
Holy Jennifer Jupiter's Batman. Can you hardly believe it?
How many people got?
64.
Hit around 60 the whole time. So the same people stayed on the whole time, or won't know till we get off.
Yeah.
How many people came on?
What is your opinion of Vegas bike weight?
There is no such thing.
They quit.
Never
Same
again.
with Laughlin. I think Nevada and Reno, they said they're going to quit.
But Reno, you can't have it downtown no more.
They're going to have it up in Virginia.
What
City.
ends up happening with Vegas, Laughlin, all that is bikers do not spend enough money in the casinos. We come to ride, we come to spend
It's a
money. We
gambling
gamble a little
state.
bit, but they want gambling money. So Las Vegas, it's done. There's no more bike fest.
So Laughlin, Nevada, and Reno.
Reno's going down the tubes. Reno is no longer going to
Bye,
have.
thank
Bye.
you.
Thanks for the food. And it's going to end up being that Reno, all down by the casinos, the Sands is down there. They were in the parking lot last year. Gone. Everything, nothing in other than the dealer will have stuff going on. Nothing else will
Carson
be in
City was
Reno.
a cool dealer.
Yeah, Carson City. But last few years we've been there, they didn't have really no vendors and stuff because of the virus. So me and our years
all the
ago.
action and the fun stuff happens up in Virginia City.
Yeah.
All
There's
right.
some good riding up there. Not super good, but it's not bad.
We rode around Lake Tahoe. That was cool.
Yeah, the first time I'd ever gone around the other side. Actually, the other side was pretty cool. A lot better
But
than this side.
I got a headache. I think the altitude got really high. And it
Yeah.
was like, ooh.
Too much drinking.
Yeah.
You had that bottle of schnapps back
In the
there.
back.
She was sucking on.
That's where I lost the cap to the camera because I was taking pictures because you're coming down and you can see the lake and the mountains and I had the camera up like this taking pictures and the lens cap cover the lens cap cover was on by a string, so I could just taking all these pictures and doing all this and we got done and I'm like cap's gone and I ordered another one and it doesn't even come close to fitting it. So there's George. What's George say? I fell asleep on the back of the ridge. That was in Clearwater, probably in 1982. Not anymore. That's a great bike. They're talking to each other. How about Laughlin River Run?
It's dead too.
What do I say?
Bullhead City's trying to get theirs started up again. I don't know. Larry's putting it on. He didn't really end up talking to us anymore. We invited him to come on a live before the con, and
Before
he
they-
really, I think he's mad because we don't cover it. And we've been doing Panama City, and we're probably going to do it again next year if the vendor puts us up. We kind of committed to Leesburg. You want to have a real party? Come to Windy Acres. Us and the Monkey Man is going to be doing some fun stuff, and so no matter what you think. Because he did a video the other day and said, I just didn't feel like doing any videos. We sat around drinking and talking and having a good time.
Well, he had a big group of people he was with,
Yeah.
friends, family. I don't know who all
They
they
put a
were.
bunch of pineapples on his house trailer. That's probably why he didn't go live. They had those pineapples that are like at a
Confetti,
party or
yeah.
something where you open it up and it's got looks like honeycomb. They had him hanging on his trailer, on his bike, all this stuff. He's really got those pineapples down. He said the last time he was there, somebody did it all around his trailer. It wasn't his trailer. It was the neighbors. So
He
we had a long
fooled them.
conversation, talked to him. We got his phone number now and all that stuff. So we're not giving it out, but we got his number and Mrs. Monkey's. We got her phone number too. So we'll be talking to them in the next few weeks. I think you got her number too.
They were getting ready to leave, and she was getting on her bike, and I didn't want to bother her. So, are you wrapping it
And then
up?
we're gonna do some stuff with him in Sturgis too. So you'll be seeing us and him together over he's not a big tough guy like everybody thinks he is. He's an all right guy, and we had a long chat and talked about stuff, and he wants to help us next year in Windy Acres. He's been there for years. This is our first year, and we talked to the owner there, and we're like, hey, why don't you do this and this and this? He says, well, I gotta pay people to do that. How about us doing it? Like a homemade bikini contest and a whole bunch of these real fun bike events that, you get these sexy women out there and the guys. And I was telling him about Topless Tuesday, and the guy goes, how does that work? And I'm like, you want to have a Topless Tuesday here? We can't do it on Tuesday.
It would be
It'd have to
shirtless
Topless
Saturday. Shirtless Saturday.
Tuesday. Yeah. And
They actually we met the guy that owns Windy Acres, his mom, which I guess is who really owns it. And we got to meet her, and she's like, I started all of this. She's like, I thought this would be a fun thing to do, and I got all these people out here. So his mom is like a firecracker. And she said as soon as it got really wild and built up and everything, the husband took it away from
they've
her.
been doing it for like 30 years.
Yeah.
And I'm like, holy crap. And she looked like she'd be all in on the stuff.
Yeah.
The problem is with like everybody else, it's hard for them to find help and got to pay everybody to do anything. And it's like, I talked to the Monkey Man too, and he said,
We'll see you tomorrow,
he'd
Joe,
be
maybe.
willing to volunteer his time, and we could get a lot of you guys to help us at the campground doing a lot of these fun activities, help us
There's
line up the
Danny.
girls and all that kind of stuff. But I mean, we're going to do a video on it, but you can't believe what Leesburg's like. Especially even like this campground. And we're going to do a review and talk about, because a lot of people have been asking me, if we could go to a rally, Leesburg or Panama City, which one would you choose? And we're going to tell you, I can't answer that. I don't know if I can even answer that yet. But we're going to tell you what we like about both of them. There's a little bit of a downfall, but overall, there's a good positivity on both of them. So we're going to do a review about that in the next week or so. And after Murder Beach, he's got me going on Myrtle Beach. And we'll be doing a lot of stuff on that. And we're also going to be starting our Sturgis series, because we met a lot of people here this week that are first timers that are going to be going to Sturgis this year. So we're going to start our series about, what kind of clothes should I bring? What should I expect?
She knows.
What do we do with you guys? How do we meet up with you? Where are you guys going to be? And so we're going to be putting a series out probably after this week. Once we get home, we'll probably have almost a whole week of nothing but Sturgis videos, because we're really way behind. We should have started it already when we were in Orlando, not doing nothing. Yeah,
Yes, I do.
we got it on the
When we do it in front of the TV, it's on
behind us.
the console behind it. I put a flicker light in it, so it flickers.
It looks like it's a fire in it. So we put one of those lights in there. And he goes out and butchers poor alligators for their heads. He makes lamps. That's his hobby.
Sounds like it'll be a great video. We got a bunch coming up. We got a bunch we did last year that he's got to get up before we get to Sturgis this year.
Yeah. So it's going to be all about, hopefully it's all in the hard drive. They said they found everything in a hard drive. Right before I sent it, I looked into the info and it showed there was 30,000 bits of information. So I had a good feeling that my stuff was there. I think what ended up happening is we have a junction box. We have an Apple computer. We have a junction box that you have to plug all USBs to, because Apples don't take USBs anymore. So, and it's powered. My son-in-law that does TV said, get a powered one. That way it gets more information. Well, when it went out, I think we had a power surge in the trailer that what was happening was our outside outlet was shorting out and it trips the GFI and not on that plug.
On that
Well,
whole side of the
and if
trailer.
everything's turned on, it did it when I pulled the plug too. And it did it to my little hard drive, which we almost turned around and went home. And it ended up, I ran a direct wire into the computer and everything was still there. It was all my stuff that I'm doing right now is all there. All my Daytona Bike Week stuff is there. All my Leesburg stuff's
The
there.
guy we did, that museum
Yeah,
guy
and
that
I'm still working on that. 'Cause
in Lakeland.
That's a lot of work. This 90-year-old guy, a lot of stuttering, a lot of and I'm trying to make it. So far, it is 8 minutes of it is perfect, and I still got to put. We use 3 cameras.
That's what it is. It's a backup hard drive, so you wouldn't think that would crash.
Yeah, so
That's why we got it.
I think it's a 14 terabyte hard drive that I bought from Seagate, and it's my master. So it's a powered hard drive. It's a bigger one and a desktop, and so that's what I've been putting all my stuff in because when we're out here, I use small terabytes. I got a 4 terabyte that we use when we edit. I just ordered another 4 terabyte, just got dropped off at Steve's. I haven't even taken it out of the box yet. And that's what we use backup. Well, I took all my Daytona stuff out, so I've got enough room. I think we'll get through all these videos and I won't have to move any more off. But I took my Daytona one and I moved it to a separate hard drive. So in case something, all my little hard drives, because I even thought maybe it was a magnetic. All my hard drives, I bring them now with us. And they're all in it's a box from Harbor Freight that's like a gun case. Got the foam in it, so we cut it all out and they're all in there together. And the bigger drive is off to the side and it has foam on the top and the bottom all the way around it. So all my other drives were fine. So it's like, okay, no magnetic could have got to it because it would have wiped them all out. So then that's when I kept thinking, I don't know what happened. Because like I said, there's a lot of you that went on a ride with us in Sturgis. I never did that video. We were going to do that before Sturgis, and that was another one of our rides. We did Devil's Tower and all that kind of stuff. But
is there a good rally going on this weekend or week? Maybe a little rally called Myrtle Beach in
South Carolina.
Myrtle Beach, South Carolina.
Hey, we're here. That's what's going on. Started the official rally starts tomorrow morning at 10 a.m., and we'll be running till Sunday about between 1 and 3 p.m. and it wraps up. But Suck Bang Blow has moved concerts all the way till Sunday night. I got to go to the little boys' room.
Well, why don't we wrap it up?
I got to go.
Well, you can't wrap it up before you go? I'm done yet. They're talking about. So we're down here at Myrtle Beach. We got down here last Monday and we'll be down here till Sunday. So we'll be down here one more week till Sunday and then we'll leave and we're going to head up to Virginia Beach and then we'll head back home to Arizona. We're going to make a stop in Eureka Springs, Arkansas. Talk to them about Bikes, Booze, and Barbecue this fall coming up. And then we'll be home end of May, beginning of June. We'll be home 30 days in California, Arizona. And then the end of June, we'll leave and go to St. Louis. We'll be in St. Louis over July 4th. We'll leave on the 12th and head up to Wisconsin. And we'll be there for the 120th in Wisconsin. And then we'll leave Wisconsin. We're going to stop in Iowa at the JMP Cycles Museum. And then we'll go to Sturgis. We'll be in Sturgis through the end of the rally there. And then we'll head back home again. And then I guess we'll head out one more time and go to Bikes, Booze, and Barbecue. More than likely, we'll run out there and do that rally. Thanks, George. Hope to see you soon. We'll see you in Sturgis for sure, I guess. I guess it's good night to Bating Nation time. Yep, pretty much. That's what I said. It's been on over 2 hours. So as soon as he gets back, we'll wrap it up. So if anybody has any more questions, hey, there's Terry. Been a while. How have you guys been? We've been good. We're down here in Myrtle Beach right now. Are you going to Wisconsin? I think you said you were. Maybe we'll see you up there. So that's the timeline. And we've been on for 2 hours. And since he gets back, we'll wrap it up and say good night to everybody. I hope anybody that's on, that's a mom, you had a nice Mother's Day. Thanks for hanging out with us tonight. We love y'all. Subscribe to our channel if you haven't already. Share us with your family and friends. Think about Patreon. Give us a big thumbs up. Ring that bell for notifications. And we'll see you on the next video. Here he comes and he can say goodbye. What does Rowan say one more time? Have a ripper, you guys. All right. We'll have a good time. So say goodbye. I wrapped it up. All you gotta do is say goodbye.
Well, goodbye to everybody. Did anybody notice the other day I sounded like
Fred Stanford.
Fred Stanford? I sounded like Fred Stanford. And she just couldn't hold a straight face when I talked to her like this the other day down there by the river. We were down there by the river looking at them boats. And she wasn't very sure. She thought that was funny. She says, quit being Fred. You're not Fred Stanford. You're that other guy. What are you doing down there?
Yes, it's with a long O, right?
Yeah,
Sholo.
Sholo.
Shalot.
Shalom.
Shalot.
How do you pronounce that?
Shalot.
Shalom. They said it's a long O.
Shalot. Shalot, North Carolina.
They'll come around and pronounce it properly first.
There
How
it
do you
is.
pronounce it?
Shalom. And you go up there and you get your Harley Davidson shorts for $18. You come down here, you're going to get screwed.
For $30. Same shirt.
And don't try to take the $50 shirts that are inside out to the half price sale tent, because Steve will get you.
That's right.
He's gonna be out there doing some MP. All righty,
We probably won't have time to go to an airplane museum while we're there.
that's right. We'll see you. He's down in Carolina, not Carolina, like Carlisle, down by there. Emphasis
I'm
on
just
the
curious. We might drive down there and
lot.
see who it is.
Lot.
Yeah.
Now I got. Where's it at again?
What are you looking for?
He said an emphasis on the lot part. Shalot, 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 low.
Wants to know if you're a Yankee, Steven.
No, I think he's from down here because he's the one that said it's a long O. I was saying shlot. I didn't make it down there today, but the rain came
It ran me off.
and ran me off. Okay, well, come down here and
In the morning.
yeah,
It'll be raining
here.
in the morning.
There, send us your information. Yeah, over here, and then we'll switch phone numbers and then we can catch up with you guys. Carbondale area, that's right. Carbondale. That's by Lake Carlisle, right? Carbondale?
Yep.
Yeah. I don't know. It's been a long time since we've done it. But yeah, we'll catch up with you. Alrighty. Say goodbye.
Bye, Jim Bob. Bye. Good night, Alan. There, yelling.
John Boy. We'll be there next
Good night,
weekend.
Fred.
We can see you Saturday. We're
I'll see
leaving
you
Sunday
later
morning.
on the Schwarzenegger. We
Rat
see
Pink-
you later.
Rat Pink's not on. Rat Pink's the
Pink.
one that likes,
Where's Rat Pink? No, it's Red. I thought it was Red X.
no, it's Rat Pink
Rat
that
Pink.
likes Terminator.
Terminator. See you all later.
Goodbye.
Or,
1355.
I can't remember how.
Thanks,
Today,
Clint.
we will be. I don't know. I can't do.
Star Trek.
Yeah.
Bye,
I
Neil.
don't know. You know. I can't do. I don't even know how he sounds. All right, so that we're gonna wrap it up, and we'll see all you guys later this week. We'll be doing a live. We'll kind of figure it out. It'll probably be Friday, maybe Saturday afternoon. I don't know. One of those 2 days we'll probably do a live. But Friday we'd have to do it in the afternoon, so that'd be kind of tough for some of you. So we might try to do Saturday afternoon. So I don't know if any of you will be around on Saturday afternoon. Won't be Saturday night because we'll see Jacko at 7 o'clock. And
Bring your earplugs.
Tuck Bang Boat,
SPB.
7 o'clock at night. So it's an early one. It's an early one. And so we haven't got a chance to get down there with getting all rowdy. We drove through there tonight. Wasn't much of a crowd going through there this afternoon. We went through there.
Yeah, I think it's because it's Mother's Day's weekend. I think it's because there's not as near as many bikes this weekend as there was last year this time. But Mother's Day weekend, I looked it up. Mother's Day last year was the weekend before it started. Mother's Day was on the 8th and the rally started on the 13th. Yeah, I'm sure they will. All righty. Good night, everybody. See y'all. Ride safe coming down. Bye. Bye.